560 WQAM presents the Neil Rogers Show. Talk to Neil. Now 567-0560 in Dade or Broward County, or pound 560 for AT&T wireless coverage. 877-785-NEIL is a toll-free call. The opinions expressed by Neil Rogers, his guests or callers, does not reflect those of the Beasley broadcast, its staff, advertisers, or agency. Now, the Neil Rogers Show on 560 QAM.
Down, 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 down. Market's going down, 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 down. Market's going down, 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 down. Stock market is down. Oh, 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 no. Well, my broker's calling, and he's telling me the market's falling. Now he's standing by his window calling, come and jump with me. My stocks are fading, even though I've done some heavy trading. To hit the pavement, I'm anticipating. Come and jump with me. All right. Market's crashing, my life is flashing before my very eyes. Stocks I'm jumping, then I'm jumping. I hope they have a coffin just my size. Now I'm standing 50 floors above where I'll be landing. A wife and family I will be stranding. Come and jump with me.
Okay.
For the economy, this is killing me. Come and jump.
Okay, 10:02 at 560 WQM. It's only money. It's only money. What are you people so worried about? Just be calm and cool and collected like me. Where's that goddamn Mitch Hirsch? No, actually, the one I'm pissed off is that frickin' Alan Greenspan. That's the son of a bitch. And all you people out there, 90% of you, oh no, you're wrong, Neil. You don't know anything about it. But he's a genius. Well, you know something? You're right on the first part. I know nothing about economics. I know nothing about investing. I know nothing about stocks. And I still think that yesterday I would have cut the goddamn interest rates, because this son of a bitch is the one that's costing us a lot of money. And during these holidays, we're not supposed to have these feelings of hostility, are we?
No.
No, only toward Peter Leonard, but not toward anybody else. The Nasdaq's only down 109, and the Dow's only down 180 this morning. I mean, the market's been open already 32 and a half minutes, so what are you bitching about? I mean, the Nasdaq's all the way up there to lofty 2,402 points, so what are you complaining about? That's going to be our poll question today. We'll do a little thing. And not only that, but it is the holidays. Thanks to everybody who came out at the Pizza Loft last night. We had a tremendous turnout, a mammoth turnout. And I want to thank my good close personal friend Tanner, although, you know, he did a great job for us waiting on our whole table last night. But when I got there, he said, what would you like, Neil? I said, some hot sausage. And he never really understood it, you know. But he did the best he could under hard circumstances. But anyway, thanks, Tanner. I'll get you next time. So we raised $2,000 there last night for Planned Parenthood. And our total now is $76,630. And we had some other checks the other day from Eddie K and some other people. So we ought to be, getting close to like $80,000, which isn't fantastic, but yeah, listen, what can you do? You do the best you can. And with all the people out there stealing our CDs and making copies, you know, burning copies and stealing the stuff off Napster, we'll do the best we can. Next year we'll know better, which I'm really not sure I know what I mean by saying that. We'll know better, but we'll know either a better way to raise more money or we'll know better than to try it again. One or the other, one of the above. No, it was great. We had a lot of interesting people there last night. We had some bizarre people and, as usual, a real cross-section. Speaking of a cross-section, my good close personal friend Harvey Slavin. Maybe Harvey from Kendall, Harvey from Miami Beach, Harvey from Boca, Harvey from Hollywood now. Harvey Slavin, a chronic if there ever was one. At least he doesn't call anymore with that whiny voice of his, you know, kind of like Jew Lieberman on a bad day after a bad case of gastric distress, of GERD. But anyway, he writes a letter to the editor in my defense. Thank you, Harvey, even though I don't need your defense, but that was certainly very wide of him, wasn't it? He faxes me a copy to the Herald. He says, Editor, even though the Miami Herald and radio personality Neil Rogers continue at each other's throats, there was no need for Kevin Baxter's slam of Rogers in his column of 1219. Contrary to Baxter's opinion, Neil Rogers allowed those who opposed his views about Elian Gonzalez's kidnapping and the presidential race to be heard. Usually, though, those on the opposite side of Rogers reduced the level of verbal exchange from to calling him a comunista, or reduced it even further by calling him various names that portrayed Neil's openly gay lifestyle. That's right, Harvey. some pretty damn nasty stuff, like
You're gay.
Yeah. As far as Steve Kane and John Broward drawing large audiences as Baxter Road is concerned, neither of them ever received an Arbitron rating higher than a blip. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Kevin. Unlike the Rush Limbaugh ditto heads and other shows whose listeners simply parrot the mindset of the talk show host, the Neil Rogers callers are probably the most varied and have the most varied opinions of all radio talk host audiences in America, says Harvey Slavin. Even though a lot of them are bozos. Oh, I said that. Why use a drone like Kevin Baxter to fight your ongoing battle with Neil Rogers, writes Harvey Slavin in Hollywood to the Herald. How do you like that? Thank you, Harvey, and quit being so chronic. At least there's somebody out there who came to my defense, and like I said, we don't need it, because the ratings came out yesterday, and we're right back up there again. Nice going, boys.
Oh!
Don't want those morning guys. And I must say this in defense of Beefo and Geldy and Joe, especially Beefo. Boy, he really grew up here, because I was sitting in there like staring him down while they had that suckhole mayor on this morning for about 15 minutes. Sitting in there staring him down. And, boy, you could see his muscle growing right while I was sitting in there staring. Even Joe was making him all kinds of faces. Give him a big puss. Yeah, nice going there, Beefo. Asked him some tough questions. And, of course, it was the same, same old tired crap. The same, oh, well, we can't use that money for anything else, and we only wish we had the money, yada, yada, yada. You're nothing but a phony and a crook, Alex. You're not fooling anybody with a brain. He never met a billionaire that he couldn't make a behind-the-scenes, backdoor, dishonest deal with. And, oh, gee, what are we going to do? We can't afford to lose baseball. The whole thing boils down to the same deal, and that is, how many years have they been trying to do this? The Herald and all those other special, and Mickey, that area down there, that so-called downtown corridor, that's a slum, that's a toilet, with or without the American Airlines Arena. And that's all they care about is, getting their property values goosed up and try to, feather their bed a little bit more at the expense of everybody else. That's what Metro Rail was all about. Oh, everybody's going to go downtown, aren't they?
No.
Oh, yeah, you'll see. We're going to build that thing and they'll all come. Did they come?
No.
Maybe they came, but they sure didn't come downtown. Because I think that's illegal anyway. What a crock of crap. Here's a call from Kendall. Hello.
How you doing?
Yes, sir.
I called earlier about the trivia question.
About what?
About the
Get out of here. He don't even know what the hell show he's listening to. He called earlier with a phone. I called earlier. He doesn't even know what show he's on, this idiot. I thought we actually had a caller on there already. I'm not planning on many calls. We're in the holidays now. We're going to have about as many calls as we have spots. You don't understand. It's Christmas time. What are you talking about? It's Christmas. We're not going to have any callers. But our numbers came right back up there. We had another real good month. What I started to say was, for the benefit of Hank and the morning guys, which I'm sure Bluff has already massaged their ego, or whatever he massaged them with. But, October. Arbitron just couldn't find any of our audience in October. They really shafted it. They stuck it to us. I hope you croak up there in Beltsville, okay, with your goddamn phony sampling. And all these Julio stations that went through the roof. I mean, Radio Amor, even Howard, for crying out loud. Where the hell is that? Oh, yeah, Wacky, even though it's all old, ancient demographics. Radio Mambi beats the crap out of Howard and Min in this latest trend. Anybody believe that?
No.
Of course not. Radio Mambi, my ass, with a 7.9. You'll see how long that's going to last. That's all that, right-wing political hysteria, the emotional crap. So maybe next time, like in December, when you do the final month of this fall book up there in Beltsville, maybe you could find some people who speak English. You jackasses, you morons who still can't sample this market, you've never been able to. And, of course, I should be the last one to complain because, knock on hard wood, I've done pretty damn good in these numbers for many, many years, but nevertheless, it's still a real battle because every now and then they come up again with a month, and they can't find anybody who's speaking English. Even their Schwarzer stations went down this time, big time. I think they were, interviewing all the people that came in on banana boats, all the rubber rafters they were interviewing.
Uh-huh.
Nice going. Arbitron. That's our message to you, and happy holidays. Oh, look at that. The NASDAQ's back down over 100, 105. They're now 162. But Tootsie Roll is up 5 points. Let's hear it.
Oh!
Tootsie Roll. Now, see, that's a good idea. Investing in stocks right now. I mean, investing in food stocks. Because people still have to eat, don't they? Let them eat Tootsie Rolls. That's what Anna Maria Antoinette said. Remember Anna Maria? I bet you Randy does. Well, how'd Randy do? Did she do any good?
No.
Oh. Yeah, let's get to I can't wait to talk about those numbers. Nice going, Pete Bolger, you idiot, you moron. Oh, man. See, I would take greater pleasure in it, except for the fact that every time I mention his name, it makes me think of all the people whose lives he's destroyed, all the careers that he's ruined, even not-so-great careers. He just nipped them right in the bud. If there was any potential in him, he destroyed them. The life-destroying Peter Bolger, you suckhole, you quisling, you jackass, you miserable, evil person. Evil. That's what you are. You're the personification of evil. I guarantee he's got 666 on his fat ass. On his butt-sucking ass, because that's what he is, a corporate butt-sucker. That'd be a good poll question someday. Would you rather be a sucker or a butt-sucker? Corporate butt-sucker. Because it sure got him up the ladder. What's our poll question today? I'm glad you asked. Let's do a little economic thing, even though it's depressing. Do you think we're going to have a recession? Yes, it's coming, and the recession too. No, the economy will be fine. Or, we're already in it. What a great poll question. Even if you know nothing about it, you probably know more than that Alan Greenspan, that piece of turd with a big nose. Oh, man. I like it. I was telling George before, I liken it to like if somebody, God forbid, in your house was bleeding to death, lying on the floor, and you called up 911, told him you had the emergency, you described it to him, needed help immediately. And then the phone rang in about 2 minutes, and they said, well, you know, we're evaluating it here, and we're keeping the door open to sending the ambulance, but we think we'll wait for a few weeks, and then we'll probably be sending one. That's what they did yesterday. But it's only money. It's 11 minutes after 10 at 560 WQAM.
No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM DC Broadcast Group Incorporated.
He's got a big heart on.
Every so often, an artist comes along that captures in song the true spirit of Christmas. Now that hallowed tradition lives on.
'Cause here he comes, the hardest working man in snow business, the godfather of Noel, Mr. James Brown.
Holy night, all is calm, yo, all is right. See the virgin, and it's time, it's Christmas time, y'all. Let's go, wow. Woo!
Yes, a James Brown Christmas song.
Come on.
The two-record set that puts the soul in your white Christmas.
Christmas time, and you better watch out. Better not try now. Better not pop. Telling you why, yeah. Santa's got a brand new bag.
Why be good for Christmas when you can be bad? Start rocking your stocking with a James Brown Christmas.
Wow, happy hearing. And you'll sing. Tell it to that newborn king.
Boy.
Oh, they echo that. 1016 at 560 WQAM. Do we all feel broke? Kind of, if you have any stock. Unless, of course, you had a really good broker that was, ready to set you up against, just in case this stuff kind of like hedged. Well, here's a great letter to the editor in the Herald this morning, of all places. Of many. There are a lot of hostile letters in here, Mayor. Of course, he probably don't read the Herald anymore because he doesn't like what's in there, Mayor Pinga Pequeña. Maybe he's got somebody reading to it. Maybe Juan Medieta is reading it to him in Espanol. Anyway, baseball stadium proposal brings mixed responses, the headline, but I'm reading all these letters and I don't see too many mixed responses. For example, this isn't a really great letter, but Bunny Feinberg in Miami says, I don't get it. There's no money to increase firefighters' salaries, and a shortage of funds may close one of the bridge facilities. Other social service agencies are short of funds, but great news, there's money for a new baseball stadium. Nice going, Bunny. But here's the letter by Jeff Deering in Miami. That kind of endeared itself to me. It says, Alex Pinellas' second backroom deal to build yet another sports arena demonstrates louder than words why local elections are vastly more important than presidential elections. Isn't that what I always say? Roughly 16% of Miami-Dade's electorate voted to put Pinellas back in office, yet all of us live with the consequences of the voter apathy that put him there. Next time heavy rains flood our streets or a child is electrocuted in a poorly wired public bus stop or we waste our lives sitting in traffic, remember that our local elected leaders' priorities begin with subsidizing billionaire sports moguls and athletes. The public benefit of a baseball stadium will be the same as that of new basketball and hockey arenas, exactly zero. Baseball is a dying sport. The Marlins will not, I repeat, not contend for World Series again because of a new stadium. Witness the Miami Heat and the Florida Panthers, who continue to sink into mediocrity even with lavish new facilities. Next election, Miami-Dade voters need to remember they were not permitted to decide on using public funds to build this white elephant, but can vote out the people who arranged this sweetheart deal. Nice going, Jeff Deering in Miami. A lot of other great letters in there, too, echoing pretty much the same sentiment. And here the mayor is going on there with his PR campaign, making the rounds, coming up with all this smooth talk bull crap. Oh, and John Henry's such an honest man, and he feels so sorry for him. How about all the other business people in Dade County, a lot of whom are losing their ass, who don't have $1 billion, who aren't getting any special tax deals from the legislature? Don't you feel sorry for them, Alex?
No.
And where the hell are those 40,000 people, assuming they ever do show up? Where the hell are they going to park? Mr. Hotshot, Mr. Double Talker, Mr. Back Deal Maker, Mr. Frickin' Liar, Mr. Crook. Who are you kidding? You're not kidding me. You're a little weasel, and you're not fooling me for 1 second. Maybe you're fooling some of those goddamn banana boat people, but you're not fooling me, Mr. Pinga Pequena. So you can get on the goddamn whatever shows you want and pontificate from now till the end of time. And like I said, if they let you get away with this, go ahead. Go do it. Not going to faze me. It's not going to affect my life. I'm not going to be going there. But you're not fooling this kid. And you're not fooling anybody with a brain. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, dear. How you doing today?
Great.
First of all, happy holidays.
And the same to you.
Thank you for last night.
Chronic.
Thank you for last night.
Yes, sir.
I love making a donation to your charity all the time.
Uh-huh.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. Chronic. With nothing to say. 5670560. Come on, let's talk to some people who got something to say. Okay? I mean, thanks for coming by, and it was, like I said, nice, and we appreciate the money and all that other stuff. But let's talk to some people with something to say here today. Because Harvey from Kendall, Harvey from wherever he is now, Hollywood, who keeps moving around to avoid bill collectors, Harvey from somewhere, Harvey from hell, says we got the most varied and bunch of bozos calling in than any other place in America. Kevin bastard. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Uh-huh.
Neil, I have a question for you.
No. Chronic. Another chronic. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Uh-huh.
I remember years ago you used to be involved with Camilla's house.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff that I want to donate. It's food products, and I don't want to plug it or anything. I just need some help on placing it. Can you help me?
Well, what do you mean you need help on placing it? What is that?
Well, I've been trying to call Camilla's house, and it's been like I can't get through to them.
Well, call the Daily Food Bread Bank or Daily Bread Food. What is the name of Daily Food Bread Bank in Broward County? They'll take it and do good.
Broward County?
Yeah.
What's it called? What?
Isn't that the name of it, George? The Daily Food Bread Bank? Daily Bread Food Bank. Food Bank.
Daily Bread.
Daily Bread Food Bank.
Okay. Any other ideas? I got a lot of stuff to give away.
Believe me, they'll take whatever you got. They do a great job.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Still looking for our first real call of the day? Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Here it is. We just got back. A friend of mine went to Biloxi at the Beau Rivage.
Uh-huh.
Pledged our brains out 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good time. Froze our tuchus off.
Yeah.
And we went around to...
You don't have to go to Biloxi. You're going to freeze your tuchus off tonight, so you can stay right here and do that.
We went to some of the other hotels. The average age is from 60 to 100.
Uh-huh.
There's just nobody there. There's no life in that place. Even that Steve Wynn Hotel, that Beau Rivage, just a dying piece of work there.
Well, thank God. I don't want to go waste my time getting on a plane and going somewhere and find another group of 100-year-old people. I can also see that right here. At least when you go to Vegas, they're almost all of them are like living and breathing people, and even the old people are like living it up pretty good. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a bunch of mahjong players from Coconut Creek. That's all we saw there.
Uh-huh.
A lot of Bubbas and Zadies.
Okay, I'm glad you had a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, see you. Don't go to Biloxi. That's what he said, and I would agree with him. I would heartily agree, although I've never been there. Too many nose pickers in Biloxi. Where are you going for the holidays? I'm going to Biloxi. No, I don't think so. Jews don't go to Biloxi. The NASDAQ's down 89. The Dow's down 135. How's that poll coming? Do you think we're going to have a recession? 13 votes is all we got so far. Yes, it's coming in the recession too, 7. We're already in it, 5. No, the economy will be fine, 1. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Always trust people who say that.
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah. Speak for yourself, Danny boy, sweetheart. And quit outing your friends on the air. Here's a mobile in Cooper City. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I read in the business section yesterday that Al Sharpton called for that boycott of Burger King.
Yeah.
I can't stand Burger King as a food product, and but I can't stand Al Sharpton even worse.
You know
so
something? You and I must be thinking alike, because I despise Burger King, but I was saying as soon as I saw the headline, I thought the same thing you did. Let everybody go and eat at Burger King, even if we can't stand their food.
Until it's over,
right?
Until this comes to some resolve, I will buy Burger King once a week from now on, and whether I eat it or donate it or whatever.
That's right, even if you throw it in the trash.
It's my boycott to that fat piece of crap. Thank you very much.
Okay, excellent idea. In fact, every time I used to go to Burger King, I would think of the Firestone Tire Company. 5670560 pound, yeah, because it's like shoe leather, their meat.
It's the best thing I could say about it.
Oh, it is just, and of course they run it through those conveyor belts, you know. Never been too crazy about any place where they run food through conveyor belts. Like Pizza Hut, for example. They run their pizzas through conveyor belts. You ever seen them cook the pizza in there? You never did?
No. I was trying to think when the last time I actually sat in a pizza place. And
yeah, see, most people just do takeout or delivery, but they run it through a conveyor belt thing. You never went inside of one and saw the? I mean,
when I was a little kid, the last time I was in a
the kitchen
Pizza
is right there. You're looking at it, and they run the pizzas. They cook them in a conveyor belt deal. Assembly line food. Drek. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T. Everybody, let's go buy Burger King. Get a Whopper, baby. That's what I was looking for last night at the pizza loft, looking for a Whopper. Tanner kept running away. Now, we did have a pretty good time, I got to be honest with you. I had my doubts. I thought, gee, why am I going and doing this again? And the traffic was brutal getting there. It was bad. All these geeks out there, these holiday shopping geeks, and they have no idea where they're going. It was a bitch. But we had a great time. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Ponytail. And they started telling me, oh, you know, you got to go see Al's house, even if you just... And I said, no. Why is it that people just don't understand me? Is there, I mean, do I make it, I thought I was like transparent, like looking through a pane of glass, you know? Why don't they get it? I keep trying to explain to Jeff Cohen and to others, I'm not impressed by ostentatious people. I don't care what his cigar room looks like. I don't care how many tchotchkes he's got on display. I know him like the palm of my hand, and it's just, I'm not interested. I'm burned out on him already, like in about 5 seconds. And he can, like I said the other day, he can take those keys to his apartment and he can stick them up his spacious, gigantic, enormous ass, is what he can do.
So do you like him?
No, it's not that I dislike him. I do like him, as a matter of fact. Now, I don't dislike him. I just, I can't put it into words. I can't find a word for it.
You've got to decrease your portions.
Yeah, I can handle him in very tiny, it's like sushi, you know? I can stand looking at it for like about a half a second, and then I have to run off. When that eye starts looking back at you, then I say, oh, no, I don't think. Oh, speaking of back at you, it was nice to see you last night. Can't say it on the air, though, because they'll get upset over there. Oh, and I never gave their numbers. Let's do that after the break. Ooh. Especially those afternoon numbers, because that seems to be, I mean, midday they have no number at all.
Are you sure?
Nothing. But, boy, the afternoon, no matter what they put on over there in the afternoon, you're safe, Humper. You got nothing to worry about over there.
That was fun.
You have no fear. 26 after, why is the bat line ringing there? Line, I'm really concerned who that might be. So help me God, if that's who I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yes? Yes?
Okay, I'd like to speak to the John Goldstein.
What?
I would like to...
What kind of a phone is this? We can't hear a word you're saying, Fatso. Your phone's no good. Oh, there is a God, yes! That was great. Anyway, I had to do the spot anyway, so I don't have time to be potchking around with that Fatso. Where's those keys, you slob?
I'm a fat Jew. I'm a fat Jew.
Okay, hey, look at that, he's gone again. He's gone again. See, I interrupted the whole break there. I didn't play my bit I was going to play to put him right on the air, even though he, has his problems, obviously. And he's gone again. I'll give him like 30 seconds to get back on there and find out what the hell he wants. What do you want?
I'm a fat Jew.
Well, we already know that. Maybe you want to thank Jeff Cohen for allowing him to service him last time he was over at the law. Maybe that was what it was. Because Jeff said that was the best head he's had in a long time. What? Why are you looking aghast? You heard him say that. He said it was sensational. He said it was like the lips of experience.
Yeah, but I didn't think you were going to repeat it on the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, are we on the air? Well, I guess maybe he'll call back, or not, as the case may be. We'll survive, one way or the other. He's just having problems. Here's a mobile in Port St. Lucie. Hello. Mobile in Port St. Lucie. Maybe they're having problems, too.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir?
Hey, how you doing? I can barely hear you.
Okay. Maybe we're having a phone problem. I don't think so, but go ahead. Do your best.
I'll have to call back. I can't.
Okay, call me back. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
I can hear you, Neil.
Okay.
I want to echo what that guy said about Biloxi and Gulfport. I was just there about a week and a half ago. Forget it. I mean, it's low rent. The crowd blows.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of people that go to Vegas and they'll say, "Oh, when you go there, do you drive down to Laughlin?"
No.
And I always think to myself, why if I'm going to get on a plane and go all the way to Vegas, and you only usually have like a couple of days to be there anyway, why would I waste the time to go down to? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like saying I'm going to go to New York City for the weekend. Oh, when you were in New York, did you rent a car and drive down to Newark for a few hours? Yeah.
Exactly. If you want gaming, Vegas is the only place to go. I will say this. We also went over to New Orleans when we were in Biloxi.
Yeah.
And there is a big land-based casino now. It's a Harrah's. And it's pretty nice. It's like a Vegas casino, but it's the only one. So, it's your only option. But, New Orleans has great restaurants.
Right. A lot of the great drunks, yeah.
Well, that's the problem. But there are living and breathing people walking around, too.
Right.
But it will be cold there this time of the year as well.
Yeah.
They have a racetrack. I mean, there's things to do there besides what in Mississippi. There's nothing. But you're right about Vegas. On the stadium, I agree with you 100%. But selfishly, I live in Broward.
Yeah.
And I got to say, my attitude is like, let them lose their souls.
Right. I'm with you. I don't care. I mean, if they want to go ahead and do it, that's up to them. It's no skin off my ass.
Yeah, I guess the hope is in baseball. I mean, you're right. Baseball is dying, but the hope is.
And don't forget, this is going to be supposedly opening 2 years after they had that mammoth strike in 2002.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
The agreement runs out at the end of next year.
Right.
They're hoping that they're going to, for once, which I don't see why this time would be any different than before.
No,
for once they're going to beat down the players.
Not going to happen. They're going to be a walkout or a strike or a lockout or something. It's going to go on. They'll probably miss a whole season, no playoffs, no World Series, no nothing again, and it'll be a nightmare.
I agree with you. I think what they believe is that they're going to break players this time, and they can make the game affordable again. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's a.
Well, they're sure showing a real inclination to do that right now, aren't they? With all these contracts coming out every single day.
It's crazy. I mean, $250 million.
Yeah.
It's nuts. But anyway.
Good luck to us. Zagazun. Okay, here's one more try. 3 strikes and you're out.
Neil, can you hear me?
Jew. Yeah.
Neil, I want to answer one question.
Who's this?
Who's this? It's the diabetic Jew. Can you hear me?
Is this the diabetic fat Jew from Amsterdam?
Okay, here's my question, Neil. No,
I got good news for you, by the way, before you start out with your tirade.
Was I good on Howard Stern?
I don't listen to Howard Stern.
It's 8 a.m. I didn't compete. I was funny.
You have no shame, though, do you?
I never compete with you. But
no, come on. You admit you have no shame.
Listen, I go down on guys. What do you want from me? But you are a nasty old homosexual.
But that's why I have good news. Will you listen to me?
Yes.
I have good news for you. You should be in a real good. This should put you in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
From The Hague, Netherlands. This just off the wire. Same-sex marriages receive final approval in the Netherlands, putting it at the international vanguard of gay rights. Activists were jubilant about the legislation, which will take effect in April, and it's final now. I mean, we can do
it. We can be married.
You and I can be married in April in Amsterdam.
Where do you want a honeymoon? I want a honeymoon in St. Martin's where I'm going to have a hula house.
Yeah, right on your
rectum.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are in trouble.
Oh, your phone's breaking up again.
Okay, but I want to marry you, Neil, so much.
Yeah, I know what you want.
I want you dead.
And you're not getting it from me, sweetheart. Jeff Cohen, let me say it again in case you missed it before. Jeff Cohen said thanks for the great head on your shoulders.
You're going to have keys next week, so help me God, Neil. I swear to God.
Well, let me ask you, why is this such a project? You send us packages every single day, FedEx, UPS, UPI. Every day we get packages from you with tapes that we don't want, with all kinds of tchotchkes, and all I want is like a little set of keys, which seem to be a big project.
No, I want you to wrap your lips around my thing. You know what?
Around your key, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But no, Neil, I care desperately about you. I'll be in next week. I swear to God, I had Joey Buttafuoco. I did not bring him to the studio, right? Because you told me not to.
Because we wouldn't have let you in, right.
I know. Okay, next week I'm coming in, and I'm going to have anal sex with George.
Yeah. So what's news about that?
I'll see you. Bye.
Okay.
And you're not welcome to my house. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good, because I don't want to see it anyway. Oh, my God. I mean, If he wants to bend down for you again, I mean, that's up to him, but Christ, you ought to be used to it by now. What's the big novelty with that? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Did I hear him on Howard? Is that Al? Please.
I'm a fat Jew.
And we had a whole bunch of calls on there, too, up until that moment. You remember that? You see, moments ago, we had a zillion calls on the board.
No.
Yeah, we did.
One more.
Here's a Lady Mobile in South Beach. Hello.
Hi, Neil. You staying warm?
Yes, ma'am.
Good for you. I watched that county commission meeting yesterday in Dade County, and it was pretty funny when they brought up the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And only one commissioner stood up and said, well, she was definitely not going to vote for it no matter what. And
Katie Sorensen, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And all the other ones, wanted to know how it was going to benefit their own specific groups and so forth and so on. So it's pretty amazing how he, just went and did this without them even knowing this.
Yeah, how come if it's going to be a county project, they don't call them the Miami-Dade Marlins?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think they did. They wanted to call them the Miami Marlins.
No, the Miami-Dade Marlins.
No, I don't know. Miami-Dade's not getting too much good press lately, so I don't know if they'd want that anyway. But, yeah, it's just pretty amazing. Evidently, he knocked on all their doors about 6:30 Sunday morning and let them know about the project. So.
Probably in his bathrobe. He's trying to take a page out of Mayor Suarez's book. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, thanks for the good news.
I think the Gulfport, too, and they give away a lot of freebies. That's about the only good thing about them. They feed you free and put you up free, and that's about it.
Not for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
all
thanks.
Right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, look at that. One call left on here. Is a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
How you doing?
Okay.
Isn't the mayor supposed to represent the people?
And
not John Henry, Wayne Huizenga, and the like?
Yeah.
I mean, I called the worst team at the end. You probably heard it while you were waiting.
No, I did not. No.
Okay. Well, this thing with jobs, I mean, what a laugh. Here's a Democratic mayor.
Well, wait a minute. If you called them at the end, I mean, that's less than an hour ago. Why are you calling me to repeat the same thing again?
Because you know why? They don't have the...
No, because you will just want to say the same thing again. Sir, look, what have I told you a million times about chronic callers? I'm into survival. I'm not going to survive with the same people calling like 45 minutes later saying the same goddamn thing again, or Al Goldstein calling on a crappy cell phone driving all my callers away. Thanks, Al. Now you owe me those keys. Just slide them under the door, sweetheart. God, what a project. See, I don't know what's happening with this phone here, George. I don't get it. Maybe we're having a big phone problem. Here's a caller on here from somewhere, which I don't say. Hello. Yes, sir.
Calling from Miami. Hey, Neil, if they're going to go ahead and put that stupid stadium in, we don't want it. Go ahead, take that site that they said was polluted because they've been throwing all that...
Oh, are we going to talk about this stadium crap here all day today?
No,
Is that
no.
what it's going to be? Because I don't want it's too depressing. It's bad enough watching the market crash, but, I mean, what's there to say about it? This is par for the course in this town.
Right, but if they're going to take a piece of property, let's take a piece of property nobody wants.
Yeah.
And that's downtown, I guess, Fort Dallas Station or whatever it is, that they've been dumping all that junk on it, so they need to come and do Superfund to clean up on it before anybody can use it. Nobody wants to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's use that. What the heck? Let's clean it up and make it do something. And in 30 years, when they rip it down, somebody can buy it and do something real with it.
Yeah, and then we won't have to condemn it again. Okay,
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Okay, that's it for calls today, I guess. I mean, there's one or two on there, but it's obvious that ain't going to happen today. That's all right. I had no intention of taking calls today anyway. I just want to play a lot of old stuff. A lot of crap. Play some music. Just sit back, goof off. Ratings are over anyway now for the fall book. 5670560. What am I giving the numbers out of? I'm not taking any calls. Well, just force a habit. We'll see what happens. How's that poll coming? 55 votes. Do you think we're going to have a recession? Yes, it's coming, and the recession too, 30. We're already in at 15. No, the economy will be fine.
Oh, we're fine.
10 people say that. Of course, those are probably 10 people who don't have any stock, wouldn't you think?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Don't have two nickels to rub together. 20 before 11 at 560 QAM.
This is 560 QAM. The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
A planet where apes evolved from men.
Here's Ricardo Montalban and the Chrysler New Yorker.
This luxurious automobile has always delivered the performance you'd expect from a New Yorker. And now Chrysler introduces an onboard microprocessor which even speaks to you just like a New Yorker.
Hey, moron, you want to put on your fucking seatbelt or would you rather eat the steering wheel, huh?
Ah, yes. This is truly a New Yorker.
Genius, you left the goddamn headlights on. Jeez, you're one dumb asshole, you know that.
And for the most dangerous city in the world, a security system second to none.
Hey, Bagel Brains, you want to lock the fucking doors? Or maybe we should put a fucking sign in the fucking window that says rip me off.
Yes, the Chrysler New Yorker. If you can find a better luxury car, buy it.
Buy this, dipshit. I got your luxury right here.
Anyway, 10:45 at 560 is probably an active guy, George. Anyway, we're just rolling along here on the holidays, faking our way through. Here's those great numbers from the INZ from Super Talk. Woo! Let's look at that afternoon especially, okay, because they have got their thumb on it. Let's look at persons 2554 in the afternoon, okay? Because they keep making changes and changes and changes and changes. How many different people have they had on that station in the afternoon since I left there?
100.
And that was just this year. Let's see. 3 to 7 p.m., persons 25 to 54. These are the ratings for September, October, November, because it's a 3-month rolling trend for anybody who cares. And our audience does care. Let's see. WINZ. And I'm going to tell you, consistency, there's something to be said for it. Back in the summer book, they had a 0.2. August, September, October went all the way up to a 0.3. Now, that was, she wasn't on in October, no. No, there's no way, because she didn't, no. 0.3. So they put your girlfriend on there.
Wasn't there like an Ed Till in the middle there somewhere?
Ed Till, I think, had the 0.2 and then the 0.3. What she got? A 0.3. Consistency is where it's at, baby, a 0.3. And that's November, right in the middle of all that, the election and the politics and all the pontificating. And it was the 1902 decision that, blah, 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 blah. You know, all that hyper New York Japanese crap. 0.3. Peter, I want to say it again. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And this is Peter Bolger I'm speaking, not the more psychotic one that's in this building. And there's no doubt in my mind that he did write that letter. Because he comes to me again this morning with another letter. And if I would have written a letter, it would have been like this. And again, he's trying to lay a guilt trip on me and doesn't appreciate the fact that I showed for him for a year and a half peddling his crap. Go sell something good, okay, jackass, you crazy person, you. But anyway, getting back to Peter Bolger. They could put, as much as Kevin Baxter might be offended by it, they could put farting noises on the air for 4 hours from 3 to 7 p.m., 50,000 watts in the middle of the dial, and still do a 0.3, or probably better. Because people will be talking about, oh, did you hear that station where they fart all afternoon? That's all they do is fart. Dude, guaranteed better than a point.
Automated farts. You wouldn't have to pay anything.
Yeah, can you imagine how cheap that would be? Or maybe Bob Green and Bob Neal can put that on TMI. Automated farts in stereo on FM. Good Vibrations Radio. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I love your show, but I will get down on my knees and beg you to please stop playing that patch commercial. It's driving me nuts.
I got nothing to do with the commercials. I have nothing to do with that.
Oh, you've heard it, right? Well, I don't even understand that. That's annoying.
I don't listen to
like
commercials.
100 times an hour.
I have nothing to say about it.
You're going to patch.
Yeah, okay, well, like I said, I have nothing to say about it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I haven't even heard it.
It's for UN. It was just on. It is. It's.
Oh, I know the one he's talking about. We got plenty of spots that have been a lot more annoying than that. Believe me.
Not lately.
Well, we're working on it. Here's our last call, a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Oh, you used to have somebody on the radio more annoying. Remember that guy, Alex Bennett? He's another one we forgot yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used to live on the island.
Alex Bennett?
If I had the ability to do it, I'd take you out here right now and kick your goddamn teeth in.
There he is.
There he is. I lived in one of the islands in the 70s in Biscayne Bay. I remember the Miami Herald was on a crusade to save the land on the bay for the people because it was the people's part of the. Everything just went on and on, their editorials. And then one day they built all the way up to the water with their building, and they justified it by saying, well, we really had to do it because it the way our building was, it wouldn't have looked right otherwise.
Yeah.
It was after 2 years of saying nobody else should do it.
See, I would respect the Herald at least a little bit if they were honest enough to say the only thing we really care about is whatever's good for the Herald. Whatever is profitable for Knight Ridder, whatever's in our interest, that's all we really care about, and all the rest is just window dressing.
That's what they did then, and that's what they're doing now.
These are the same people that gave you Metro Rail, put it over on the public, and then slapped everybody in the face with that white elephant story in Tropic Magazine a couple of years later. These are the same people that got into bed with Mickey Arison and gave you that American Airlines arena that sits there 80% empty for most of the Heat home games and 100% empty when there isn't some special event going on in there. And this is the same group of people that are going to try to give you a downtown baseball stadium because it's good for them.
Same people that will probably sell their property one day, like they did when they moved part of their outfit to California.
That's
when they
right.
The rest of it, they'll sell their property for a big profit because they can't make money with their crummy newspaper.
You got it.
Okay, thanks, Neil.
And have a great day.
You too.
Anybody seen the Night Reader people here lately?
No.
Oh, they're out there in Silicon Valley. They're pumping it because it was more profitable for them, because it was better for them. And that's all they care about. They're a business, and whatever's good for their business, that's all they give a crap about. Oh, no, we care about the community. No, you don't. You lie. You're a bunch of liars. Last call. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Okay.
I don't give a crap about the stadium. Miami's in a different country anyway. It doesn't matter.
It is a different country.
Absolutely. You know, you go there and it's just, they run their own game and the scams and, you know, it's just a joke. I have a little story for you. I had gotten a call from Al Goldstein, or actually from his housekeeper, and he needed an elephant table in his humidor room repaired. He's got a table with 2 elephant heads on.
Yeah.
I have never in my life seen a bigger pile of Schmidt in a home ever. This man lives like an animal.
Oh, this is, if you could see his apartment in Amsterdam, which is about the size of the room that I'm sitting in here right now, it is covered from wall to wall in the bathroom, in the living room, and the little bedroom, with crap on the floor. There's cassettes, and there's tapes, and there's wreck, and I don't know how you got through it.
I actually had to wade my way back to this humidor room, which there are cigars. I mean, I have never seen cigars in my life like this.
Yeah.
He has got more crap in that home, and I mean, you know, did the job. Took me forever to get paid, but you know, Al. Anyway, I hope you get your keys and happy holidays.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the good news. Okay, so I guess I could be the fact that I don't want to go see that house up there in Pompano Beach, that ostentatious show place. I'm going to miss out seeing a lot more crap. I've already seen all the crap he's got laying on the floor in that apartment in Amsterdam, which if he ever does give me the keys, I'm going to have to wade through that just to get to the toilet. Not one call on the board. This is a fine how do you do, isn't it? How do you do? I do what I can. Okay, so I guess it's going to be play all the bits through the new year, huh? No, I got stuff in here. I got all kinds of crap. Just play all the old Iraq. They got nothing to say here today. Because tomorrow, of course, is Chanukah, and all the Jews, they bailed on us already. WQAM.
Yeah, I'm calling from Homestead.
Yes, sir. Let's go to Homestead. Hello.
Howdy, Neil. It's Happy from Homestead.
Yeah, how come your voice just changed, Happy?
I don't know, but
well, I do. You're boring, Happy, okay? How do you like that? Now, that was sensational. I'm so glad I picked him up cold. Sounded just like an ordinary guy. Hi, now, Neil. It's Happy from Homestead. Hi, with a phony voice. Wow. I'm so sorry for all of us that we have to be here. You know, not just for me, but for all of us. Those of us who really don't deserve this. Especially on days like this when it's going to be like in the 30s, maybe the 20s in some places tonight. No, if the weather isn't good, then you definitely don't deserve being here. Because that's the only thing we got going for us. So I apologize to all of you that we have to be here. Here's a mobile in the Gables. Hello.
Hi, Neil. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Happy holidays. Thanks for your efforts. You're absolutely 100% correct on everything. There's no changing Dade County, and there's no sense risking your mental or your physical well-being.
That's right. Here's the guy that makes some sense. What's the sense of getting all bent out of shape and whipped up to a frenzy again and getting all pissed off again? Hey, if they're going to screw over the public again there, that's too bad, you know?
Hey, it's their stock and trade.
Right.
What has Alex Pinellas or Joe Carollo ever done?
They never met a crook that they didn't want to put back in office again, so what the hell do they expect?
Yeah, most of them are family members anyway, you know?
That's right.
But, no, the whole thing is ludicrous, and only in Dade County would something like this even see the light of day, even though it appears that Pinellas and Carollo have done about everything they can to broker this deal before telling anybody, including the Miami Herald. I mean, you know. But there's no sense getting worked up. I mean, we might as well sit back in kind of a semi-detached amusement because
I'm not amused about it. I'm nauseated by it. But I'm not going to get bent out of shape. There's no point.
you can't push a string. I mean, why fight it? They're going to do it. If there's any way they can finagle it, they're going to do it.
See, I never dreamed, and in fact, even Hank and I, we were talking about this off the air after he walked out here yesterday. Neither one of us ever believed that they'd build that Mickey Arison debacle there, that American Airlines arena. Nobody with a brain ever thought that they would put that through, and they did. They managed to pull that off. So I can't put anything past them. That's how crooked they are.
No, they've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to the 80s. Ralph Sanchez got over $50 million.
Right, yeah, well, everybody talked about it. Look at that, Dish TV, $21.75. Okay, good luck to us, sir, and have a great holiday. $21.75. Company that never had earnings in its existence. And Mitch Hirsch says, oh, that's going to be a $250 stock. You really want to get rid of that? Dish TV? Which I never wanted in the first place. Yeah, I think it really blows, Mitch. In fact, I think you blow, to be honest with you. I think you suck. I think you haven't got a freaking clue, Mitch. What? What are you shaking your head about?
Oh, I'm agreeing.
I mean, he's clueless. I mean, I bought Oracle, and even though it's gone down a little with everything else right now, it's still above where I bought it. I bought Intel. Intel's one of the very few stocks today. It's still going up a few cents. I mean, it's not that difficult. I mean, we're in a tough time, and everybody's taking a bath, but this guy, he like gravitates toward Drek. He falls in love with Drek. He's kind of like the Peter Clayton of the stock market. Speaking of Drek, boy, it was didn't we have quite a little thing going on here yesterday when the show ended and these numbers came out? We were all sitting around waiting, and then Bruce Beasley was in here. Came up here with Greg Reed. Shook my hand. He was very, I beg your pardon? No, it was Bruce. I don't think Brad's out yet. I think that was Bruce Beasley, I do believe. Because he had a real snappy jacket on. And he came in here and shook my hand, very friendly, thanked me for all the stuff I've done for the station. Congratulations, the ratings are coming back up again, and everything's going to be just fine, and showed him some of these terrible pictures that somebody took of Amsterdam, the street where I allegedly fell down. Yeah. He seemed like a decent enough guy, to my face.
This is 560 QAM. Learning Italian. Lesson 1. Listen and repeat.
Molto bene.
Repeat.
Molto bene.
If you haven't tasted Italian cuisine at its best, then you haven't been to DeSalvo. DeSalvo's Italian restaurant, with over 15 years experience serving traditional Italian specialties, stuffed shells, ravioli, Dio Francese and piccata, chicken parmesan, sausage and pepper, baked ziti, spaghetti and meatballs, and DeSalvo's famous garlic roll, plus deep dish or traditional pizzas to satisfy the heartiest appetite. And DeSalvo's Italian restaurants will cater any occasion. So call for more information at 954-989-7110. DeSalvo's Italian Restaurants, with locations in Hollywood, Plantation, Davie, and DeSalvo's newest location in Coral Springs. For catering information, call 954-989-7110. DeSalvo's, Italian at its best. DeSalvo.
Tired of looking at your old carpet or tile? Want to give your home a new style this holiday season? Let me tell you about my friends at Santa Rosa Marble. Since 1972, Santa Rosa Marble has been servicing the tile and marble needs of South Floridians. Located just off Northwest 36th Street and the Palmetto Expressway. You can choose from ceramic and porcelain tile from Unicom, Gomez, and Colorker. Marble, stone, and Mexican tile from Italy, Spain, and all around the world from Santa Rosa's 50,000 square foot warehouse. Santa Rosa Marble offers installation and delivery along with financing and no payments through the end of the year to qualified applicants. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Call Santa Rosa Marble at 305-591-3744 or log on at santarosamarble.com. It's the place you want to go when you're ready to change your house. Tell them the Big Dog sent you.
Hi, this is Mark Vandermeer, voice of the Miami Hurricanes, and I want to tell you about the best holiday gift out there for all the Hurricane fans on your list. The Drive for Five tape of the 2000 football season. Call 1-800-769-4034, and for just $19.95 plus shipping and handling, your Hurricane fan will receive a gift certificate for the holidays, telling them that they have the gift of a lifetime coming. The 2000 UM football season in review. The tape is a complete recap of the season through interviews, game footage, and memorable moments and comments with both current and past players. To order your Drive for 5 tape, call 1-800-769-4034 or log on to WQAM's website at WQAM.com or the University of Miami's website at Hurricanesports.com and share the excitement of a great UM football season with a fan. Once again, that's the Drive for 5 tape at 1-800-769-4034 for just $19.95. Go Canes!
Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale, a Beasley Broadcast Group station, and WQAM.com for the world.
I like the WINZ.
Just two inbred boys, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw because they're each other's paw and they're porking their moms, brushing their gums because they ain't got no teeth. Most eggs are mounting their mama because they can't catch a sheep. They're getting away the only way they know how. That's just a little more fun than going tipping some cows. Just two inbred boys, wouldn't change if they could. Screwing with Darwin because their kinfolkism would.
By the way, Al, I don't want your keys. Stay the hell away. It's 11 o'clock at 560 WQM, the world-famous Neil Rogers Show. We got Hank Goldberg at 2. We got Geldy on Game Night at 6 o'clock. Panther Preview at 7 o'clock, the Panthers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. 7:30 from the Mac Arena, Eddie K. after the game. The Panthers and the Penguins. 6,000 seats still remain. I just mentioned that in passing. Any interest out there?
No.
Mario ain't playing tonight all the way. 567-0560. Here's the mobile in Miami. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Don't want to get too sports intensive, but is anybody keeping track of how much salaries are going to be in total of baseball with all these contracts going next year?
Don't care. Don't care.
But how can it possibly, the television, I know they make their money off television revenue mostly, but is there any way that they're going to make money in baseball?
I don't know, and I don't care. It's their problem. It's some plague on all of them. I'm not going to. I haven't been to a baseball game in the last 4 or 5 seasons, even though I get free tickets. I will not watch it on TV. I don't want anything to do with it. That's their problem. It's unimportant. See, you're getting all whipped up about it. It's unimportant.
Well, you're right, but the funny part about it is, though, if this debacle goes through and they build the stadium and the Miami Marlins, which I remember the old Miami Marlins, the minor league team, at least they were a good product, but if the Miami Marlins...
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Well,
why do you say that? Why do you make such a ridiculous comment? I saw a couple of their games. That was not a good product. There was nobody there. It was a joke.
When they were weren't they part of the Orioles organization?
Yeah, that wasn't a good product.
When you were a kid and you were scoring games, and you're eating a hot dog and you're paying $3 to go in, it wasn't bad for $3.
Yeah, it wasn't, but that didn't make it a good product.
No, but I'm just saying, compared.
That also didn't make the hot dogs a good product because the food at the ball games down here has never been any good.
That's true. But, you'll still be able to give away free tickets. That's the scariest part about it. When you say you've got free tickets, people will be calling like flies.
I don't give away free tickets to baseball games. I haven't given away Marlin tickets on this show in 2-3 years at least.
Oh, good. Okay, well,
Because I want to make sure that my seats are empty. That's right. You're laughing.
You're absolutely right.
That's right. I want to make sure there's as many empty seats as possible because it's a farce. I'm not going to subsidize it.
Because, when the television, and that's all I keep saying, who do we know? Do you know any living, breathing person other than George Will and the geeks that score the games at home that watch a baseball game from start to finish?
No, and it's funny you mention that. I think about that often because I do have the baseball package because it's really extra boring here during that part of the summer when I have to be here, which luckily isn't very much anymore. But, and I'll watch a couple innings here and maybe an inning over there or a half an inning, flipping around to see if there's a good game on. And I've thought of that so many times, the idea that I would sit down and watch a game from start to finish. Now, back in 87 or 88, whatever was it 87 when the Cubs had a big year and I got my first satellite dish? I watched every single Cubs game from start to finish. Start to finish.
You can't do it.
You couldn't pay me to watch a baseball game from start to finish.
The only games you can watch start to finish, I think, are hockey and football.
Right.
Basketball has become just, you watch the last 5 minutes and you catch the game.
Last 2 minutes, which takes a half an hour.
See ya.
Okay. Good point. But I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, pay him $15 billion a year. It makes no difference to me. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I mean, if you people in Dade County want to get all whipped up in and maybe get another big cause celeb and get all set, go ahead. Don't do it on this show, though. It's the holidays. We're interested in being in a better frame of mind, watching the market take a dive, watching our money do a disappearing act. You notice we haven't had one call about that either. Not one single call about that. So I guess they're a lot more confident that Alan Greenspan is a genius and that everything will be just fine, just hunky-dory. Even though what he did yesterday, there are people on death row for offenses lesser than what he did to the economy. And to think that this one man, I've said this so many times, but I must be the only person who believes this, to think that any one man has got this kind of power over the economy of the whole world, not just this country, the whole globe shakes every time this man takes a crap. The world shakes. Every time he farts, everybody opens the window. Oh my God! Like when the morning of the Fed meeting, he's walking across the street with that briefcase, and they're sitting there analyzing what's in it, how big is it, how thick is it in the briefcase too. You know, something very wrong with that. Something really wrong with it. There's enough wrong with it to make you think that if you had any brains, you'd take all your money and put it under your mattress. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there we go. Sorry about that. On a crappy cell phone. Thanks for a great night last night. Had a good time. My buddy Bald John and I brought our wives out and our kids to see you.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to apologize to the fat guy sitting across from me. I just assumed that was Al Goldstein. But
that was Fat Ritz. Don't ever call him Al Goldstein again.
I felt bad about that.
No, it's okay. He's been called worse.
But it was a good turnout. First time at Pizza Loft, and it was surprisingly good food. Enjoyed it.
It was very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what they can do with, Cisco food. It just basically all comes out of a can, but some places do better than others.
Don't say that.
Anyway, thank you for a great night.
Okay, and thanks for coming. So you've got to take a little shot there at Cisco Foods. How do you like that? Everybody's today looking for a little shot. What is the reason for that? He came out, he had a good time, had a nice meal, but he's got to take a little shot because maybe he doesn't like Jeff's ponytail, whatever the deal is. Or maybe Tanner didn't give him any either. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See, this is the holidays. You're supposed to be in a better frame of mind. You're supposed to be a little more generous, a little more benevolent this time of the year, in case nobody ever told you that when you were like a little child, like last week. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
Neil, whatever happened to that guy that Rick Sanchez hit with it?
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'll try a couple more, and that's it. That'll be it.
I guess it's good I can't hear anything today.
Good. And you're lucky. See, God is, he must be looking down upon you with a smile on his puss just before he stabs you in the back. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, I got a question here. I can't understand. When I watch pro football games, when the team's moving down the field and they get to about the 40-yard line and the other team's 40 and they stall, then they punt it. Okay, they decide not to go for a field goal. And they put their punter in there who tries pooch punts that never work. They always kick it in the end zone.
I'll tell you what, call up one of the sports shows. You could have a lengthy and very ponderous discussion about that. It sounds like grist for the mill on one of our sports shows. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Harvey from Hunger, you really had your thumb on it when it comes to our callers, man. You really got your finger in it. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Nuff, how you doing?
Okay.
Can we change the subject, please? Thank you.
There is no subject.
Hey, well, I mean from the bad calls to hopefully a decent one.
Well, I'm waiting.
I just got back from Vegas yesterday, baby.
Yeah.
Plunged my guts out.
Yeah. That's not a subject.
Well, okay, sorry.
No, don't be sorry, but I mean, what kind of a subject is that?
Well, I don't know, to tell you the truth. I mean, I had a damn good time, and I want to talk about Vegas and gambling, and, I was turned on to the whole thing, actually, by you.
Yeah.
Went there a year ago.
Yeah, but see, like I can't. With all due respect, because we had calls like this yesterday too. It's not a bulletin that you'll have a good time when you go to Vegas.
Oh well,
it's not a bulletin.
No, you know what? I mean, you're right about that.
It's not interesting. It's ponderous to me. I know how, and anybody with a brain in the audience already knows that. Anybody who's ever been there, it's fun, it's wonderful, it's great. But we're here and we're not there. Although Bruce Beasley told me they just closed their deal on the New Orleans and the Vegas radio stations. And as they walked out the door yesterday afternoon, I said, hey, Greg, how many months a year do I get to do the show in Vegas?
Are those FMs?
And Bruce Beasley did have a great line. He said, yes, they are. And he said, if we give you any more time off, I'll be working for you, which was a great line. I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. Because the guy that's wearing a suit like that ought to be working for, well.
What kind of ratings does he get?
Yeah, that's right. Probably about a point. Like I said, probably about a point.
9.
Well, even this thing is acting up today a little bit. Everything's a little ornery today. I noticed we had the Florida flicker and light. The power went out here for about 2 seconds a little while ago. Phones are acting up a little bit. Maybe it's that stock market. Maybe they're pissed off at Alan Greenspan. Maybe they're not too happy about this. Maybe they're having like a little internal GERD or something because they're getting very nervous and shaky. But I do see that 25 people out there, or 26 people said, no, the economy's going to be...
Oh, we're fine.
Just fine. Don't worry about it. Don't you feel better that everybody's telling you that?
No.
No, I don't. Because far more people, 55 said, yeah, it's coming in a recession too, and 25 said, not only is a recession coming, but we're already in it. In fact, that's how I voted. We're already in one. Don't tell that Jew with a big nose that, though, because he's busy with what's her name there from MSNBC. What's her name that I mentioned yesterday?
Maria Bartiromo?
No. Alan Greenspan's wife.
Oh.
That little midget.
He has a wife?
The news bitch. What's her name? I'm the one that told you about it yesterday.
I know. You think I remember it?
Andrea Mitchell. See, it took me about a second and a half. She's forgettable. 10 minutes after 11 at 560 WQS.
How young is too young?
Here's Andrew Dice Clay for Dice-A-Roni. All right, let's say you're eating. You're sick and f***ing tired of f***ing potatoes and that stovetop shit. Do like me, honey. Eat this. Dice-A-Roni. Come on, it's almost as simple as you. Put the f***ing bag in the f***ing pot and you turn on the f***ing stove. You think you can manage that, honey? Hey, bada bing, the f***ing thing's done. So, remember, Yankee Doodle came to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather up his ass and called it Dice-A-Roni. Oh! Dice-A-Roni, the tacky Taylor Street. Oh!
11:13 at 560 WQM. Happy holidays to you in spite of your obnoxious behavior this morning so far. That's okay. We're used to it. And, of course, Harvey from Margate says, here's Miami. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Neil.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm getting nervous about our phone system.
Oh, that's okay. From time to time, the state of Florida has an anti-crime announcement. If you use a gun, you get 10, 20 life. You heard of that one?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, because since I listened to you, you've made me. I'm just curious about this one thing.
Yes, sir.
Is it really carried out to the limit of what they say, or is it something to placate us, to please us?
I haven't got any idea.
I wish somebody from law enforcement.
There's all kinds of plea bargaining, so that
That's what I mean. In other words, I imagine if they say it's with a gun, it probably applies to a knife also.
No.
I would think.
No.
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 Yeah, because
if it would apply to a knife, OJ would never have moved here. 5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. And by the way, Baldy over there at the Sun Sentinel, quit writing that boring crap about his squeeze or whatever, that Christy Prody bitch. Nobody cares anymore. It's getting really stale. Very stale. Kind of like these calls. Here's Deerfield. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
About 5 years ago, I worked for a pest control company.
Yes, sir.
And I got a call to go to Casa Goldstein because they had these little piss ants in the kitchen. And I get there, and if you've seen the kitchen, it's all black.
I've never seen the kitchen because I've never been anywhere near his house.
Oh, you haven't? Anyway, it's on the floor is black tile, the counters are black tile, black marble, the cabinets are painted black, all the appliances are black. There's about 12 cappuccino machines.
Yeah.
And what's not covered by cappuccino machines on the counter there is covered with. There must have been 35 bottles of olive oil.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well, I know where those go.
So I'm looking for these little piss ants, right?
Yeah.
I can't see anything in the kitchen. It's totally dark.
Right.
So I asked the lady, I said, tell me where you saw the ants. And she says, they're everywhere. I said, okay. So she left, and I sprayed a little schmutz around, and I had some cappuccino and whole ass.
Uh-huh. Good thinking.
That's it.
Okay, thanks. See, let me just, I would like to make a suggestion here. And that is that the program, unlike the rest of the world, this show is not about Al Goldstein. See, I know the rest of the world, in fact, the rest of the universe is about Al Goldstein, but this program is not about Al Goldstein. I don't really care about his house. In fact, I'm sorry that I mentioned his house. I'm very sorry that he called, 14 times before? I'm sorry they did that. Because this is not a program about Al Goldstein.
I think he's paying these people to call.
Probably.
About his house.
Probably. I don't care about his house. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Delray Beach. Hello.
Hi, Neil. If it's me, I'm on 95. But my point is, how do you think this thing with George Bush and Greenspan are going to work out? I know that the market was anticipating a 25 point drop in the interest rate.
Yeah.
Then he had a meeting.
All I know is they had a meeting the other morning. It did not go well. That's what I can tell you, sir. They don't have a meeting of the minds. It did not go well.
Well,
Bush wants the tax cuts. Greenspan doesn't want it.
Do you think that Bush would have liked a quarter point drop?
Of course he would. And so would have Gore. Who that was going to be the incoming president wants to inherit a recession.
That's my point. But the point is that the Greenspan is a Republican appointed by, I believe it was Reagan.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering whether or not they want that recession. So when what's his name comes in, the empty suit comes in, that he can sort of pull the thing back out again. Does that make any sense?
No.
No.
Do you have any long time idea how long it takes to get out of recession? You don't just cut the interest rates once and then all of a sudden, poof, the economy recovers. There's like an 8 to 9 month lag before these things start kicking in again and have an effect.
Do you think that...
Which is why there had to be a interest rate cut yesterday. There absolutely had to be, and there was not. And to say, well, we're opening the door for one, and maybe, and maybe we'll have an intermediate one before the next meeting at the end of January.
He's talking now about January.
Sir, let me say it again. It had to happen yesterday, and it did not. He blew it. Not George Bush blew it. Alan Greenspan blew it. Plain and simple. The maven who hiked interest rates at least twice and probably 3 times too many last year. Now all of a sudden, well, he's going to wait. We're opening the door. We're worried about recession, but in the meantime, hold your horses. Because we certainly don't want people to go into a panic and think that we're afraid of a recession like the economy's falling apart. Well, guess what, dummy? That's blood on the floor, baby. Very sad. But it's only money. And like, how many? See, I'm a victim of my own. I'm one of those people. Don't do as I do. Do as I say. Do as I say. Because I'm a victim of my own stupidity. I keep telling everybody the market is like. And didn't somebody say on this program, intellectualized Las Vegas? I don't want to say it was Ted David, because he's back working again. Thank God, and didn't get canned for saying it. Intellectualized Las Vegas. I've been telling you that for years. It's like gambling without having a good time, and especially now. Used to be years ago. I remember when I was a kid. And my parents bought me a few shares of Eastman Kodak, which of course was in Rochester. That's where I grew up. And so I had a few shares of stock, like, you do for your kids a lot of times. And I'd pick up the paper in the morning and I'd read. It was like, it would go up 20 cents or down 10 cents, whatever. And the entire stock market, this is before there was any NASDAQ. That's the way the market was. And if a stock went like up or down $1, it was like, wow, look at that. It was like the end of the world. Now, here, like right now, Cisco's down 388, and this one is down. You look at stocks that were $32 yesterday, and they're down $16. Now they're worth $16. They just dropped 50% in value. So if you had $100,000 yesterday in that stock, today you got $50,000. This is not investing. This is gambling, is what it is. And anybody who wants to deny that, as far as I'm concerned, is either an idiot, a liar, or both. It's gambling. Wild, hysterical gambling. Here's CMRC. I don't know what that is. $25. Down $6. Here's another one. 82.19. Down 7.81. Here are stocks that were. Here's Priceline.com is worth $1 now. I think is the William Shatner's trying to pawn that guitar. That's right. Tragic. Amazon.com, $17.59. Stocks that had no earnings. But all of a sudden with this hysteria that were $200 and $300 stocks, now they're selling for $15, $7. And we're supposed to believe that this is really investing. Here's a mobile in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
I got one question for you. Have you ever seen Andrea Mitchell, Ray Liotta, and James Woods together at the same time?
Yeah. And Wayne Huizenga. And Randy Johnson. Yeah. And the guy that plays Superman, Dean Cain.
And in the holiday spirit, I got one question. Did Stan Major ever pay you that $2,000? No.
Have a great day, pal. In fact, that's always my ace in a hole. If I lose all my money in the market, I can always go back and collect interest on that. About $2 million. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised more people aren't addressing the economy. I'm watching my portfolio go down the sewer, too.
Yeah.
But let me ask the question. Don't you think that the price of oil is what's doing this
The
thing?
price of oil has come way down. The price is like, what, $29 a barrel, something like that? Oil's not the problem.
Remember, the price of oil was down to 13 when the stock market was going crazy.
In fact, the price of gas at the pump has already come down. In some of my Amoco, 20 cents a gallon.
Yeah. What about the price of fuel oil? We're coming into the coldest winter we've had.
Let me say it again. It's already come way down. Way down.
Well, you think it's down far enough?
Well, what has the price of fuel oil got to do with the value of Cisco or Sun Microsystems
Well, I'll tell you what,
or Microsoft or Intel? What does the price of oil have to do with that?
Well, the problem is that either you got money to buy computers or you got money to heat your home. What are you going to do? You're going to heat your home and drive your cars
People
first.
who don't have money to heat their home aren't the ones who are buying computers, sir. You know that.
Oh, that's not true.
It is true.
The average guy on the street is buying computers. If he doesn't buy computers, you can't just rely on a few intellectuals buying computers. The computers are mass-produced for the masses, and if they don't have the money for Christmas to buy them, what are they going to do? They're going to go heat their homes and drive their
let me
cars.
ask you something. How many people in Florida are buying heating oil for their homes right now?
Well, but they the same thing with air conditioning, electric bills. Electric bills go up when the price of oil goes up. Everything goes
my
up.
electric bill's the same as it always has been.
Well, well, let me tell you, we're lucky here in Florida because the price of electricity is cheap here.
Yeah.
But you go up to New York and you go up to Pennsylvania.
But we're not in New York or
But
Pennsylvania.
there's a lot of people that buy computers that aren't there. The economy don't depend on Florida; it depends on the whole world. What about the third world countries?
Holiday shopping isn't only about computers. They were doing one of the new local shows, or maybe it was on CNBC yesterday. They had some people down at Aventura Mall right here in Miami, and there was nobody in the mall. It was 4:00 in the afternoon. I think it was Bill Griffin who was talking about.
I'm trying to tell you, they don't have any money left.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. You're talking about people in New York and Pennsylvania. Aventura Mall is here in Florida. These people don't have a shortage of money because of their electric bill or because of
Well, what do you think is driving the market? You tell me.
Sir, the fact is that consumer confidence is like that. And money is tight. Money is tight because interest rates.
Why has money become tight?
Because Alan Greenspan is an asshole, sir. That's why money has become tight. Jesus Christ Almighty! What do I have to do? Draw you a diaphragm? Go buy some home heating oil. Get out of my face. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T.
How's the price of olive oil?
Great at what's his name's house. He's got plenty of it in his kitchen. If I hear one more call about your friend, you started this, Joe.
I started.
Yeah, you started it.
You're the one that introduced us.
Yeah, but I didn't fall in love with him. I'm not the one with my head up his ass. I'm not the one with my picture in his magazine with my brown tongue. That's you, mister.
Yeah.
Jeff Cohen is the one responsible for it. Let's blame him. He's not here.
Okay.
Here's Deerfield Beach. Hello.
You think if George Bush told...
Chronic. 567-0560. Pound 5, yeah. Give me some oxygen for these calls today. Wow. Chronic, get a life. This is not WKAT. This is not W Snooze, in spite of what Kevin Baxter says. Nobody in the world wants to hear your voice ever again, sir. Ever. Go away. Don't go away, Mad. Just go away and go back and play with yourself some other day. Get out of here. Here's the Mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I like your show, man. You're doing a good job. First time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, sure.
Can I hear the bridge tender?
567-0560. Here's Fort Myers. Hello. Fort Myers.
Yeah, hi, Neil. How are you
sir.
doing?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I know you guys got your problems over there in Dade County, but I just got a chance to listen or read the newspaper over here today in the local section. They have a picture of a 17-year-old man being escorted, handcuffed into a police car because he got busted in a sting operation for prostitution.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a list of all the names of all the people that got busted during this sting operation.
There's nothing new about that. That's been going on in this state for 100 years. That's police work here.
And I happen to know this city, and I'm telling you, 4 blocks down the road, they're selling crack cocaine.
Yeah.
So why are they wasting their time doing that?
Because it's like shooting fish in a barrel. That's why. Because we live in a police state. How many times do I have to tell you that before you start catching on a little bit? It's a police state.
Well, what are you going to do?
And speaking of that, you hear any more news about the prostitution ring here in Dade County in Miami? About those cops?
No.
No, and you won't.
Okay.
And have a great life.
All right.
Police state, baby. Wake up and sniff and listen to the goddamn boot stomping, for crying out loud, before it's too late. What's wrong with you people, besides being slow? Yeah, let's get those penis police to work again, okay? There's a lot of wild penises out there, and God knows what dangerous things they might be up to. 27 after 11 at 560 WQM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Floridians, dumb as dirt.
Danny and Dave.
Dave and Dan.
And, Davey and
Davey
Danny.
and Danny.
Dave and Dan.
Dan and Davey.
Dave and Dan.
Davey and Dan. Davey and Danny. Dan and Davey. Davey and Danny. Dan. Davey and Danny. Dan and Davey. Davey and Dan. Dave and Dave and Dan and Dave and Dan and Dave and Dan and Dave and Dan and Dave and Dave and Dave and Dave
Dave and Dan. We got a call from Allendale. Hello?
Oh, yeah, what's your take on this Dan and Dave thing?
Oh, well, Dan
Dave
and
and Danny.
Dave and
Danny.
Dave and Dan.
Davey.
and
Danny and Davey.
Davey.
Danny and Davey. Danny and Davey.
Who is it?
It's Dave, man.
Davey and Danny.
Dave and
Davey and
Danny.
Davey.
Danny and
Davey and Danny. Davey and Danny. Davey and Danny. Slap, slap, miss, miss. Oi, what am I crying is? Slap, slap, miss, miss. Oi, what am I crying is? Nelson, what are you doing in there? I don't hear it flash. That's my little Bascula. One more. Come on. You can do it. Did you leave any marks? Use the brush. Never use the brush. You're gonna throw some eggs out. Boy, what am I crying is.
So let me ask you one thing.
Where is Nelson?
27 till noon at 560 WQM. Happy Wednesday to you. The people here crazier than a bedbug today, and that's just the way we like it. Who gives a crap? Huh? We get paid. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Out of town line 877-785-6345. Mobile and Stewart. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How's that Beasley stock? A buy, sell?
Yeah, it's still hanging in there.
$8.
Uh-huh.
I'm from Rochester, by the way. I heard you mention Kodak.
Right.
And, you know, the local economy up there, Kodak, Xerox, and Bausch & Lomb, has been about a $38 billion paper loss in Monroe County alone this year.
Wow.
I mean, it's big. I mean, and this, I don't know if you ever listened to Bob Brinker.
No.
He was having all of his gurus about 3 weeks ago buying the Qs at in the 80s. It was, well, I guess it was about a month and a half ago, just before the election.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine how those people feel. I mean, they're looking at QQQ around, what, 55 now?
I have no idea.
Going lower and lower. But
Yeah.
you're right about Greenspan. I think he's still got a vendetta against George Bush Sr. and the little boy pawing his shoulder on the news media the other day didn't exactly help his stature, I don't think.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, if it's going to be a pissing contest, I mean, that really speaks well for the future of the world economy, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's face it, Greenspan does not want this tax cut. He wants
But you know something? I at this point, I think we need the tax cut.
Well, I agree with you now.
That's the only way you're going to be able to stimulate the economy and get more money into circulation is to have a tax cut.
I mean, it's a dumper. I'm telling you. I mean,
Right.
It's going nowhere. Hey, I had a quick question
See,
about...
see, the problem is that Alan Greenspan, it's like mentioning God. You know, everybody is brainwashed into believing that this man knows it all, that he never makes a mistake. And believe me, he makes lots of mistakes, including this last year and a half.
Yeah, I heard this guy last night on CNN. He were one of the talking heads programs. And he was talking how he was saying how, and he's on the Economic Council, I guess, for Bush. He was basically bad-mouthing Greenspan. He says, how could this guy not give us a rate decrease yesterday? He said he does not understand it at all. And he was like, you know, I don't know if he's the mouthpiece for Bush, but he's one of the new administration people there.
Well, they had former Fed governors who were on all day yesterday saying essentially the same thing, that if they were still in there, that they definitely would have cut the rates. It had to be done.
Oh, that's the other thing this guy's saying. He's saying that they need a whole replacement countrywide with all these Fed regulators, the people that sit around that table. But hey, I had a question. I do follow the Panthers a little bit. I know they kind of stink this year.
What do you mean they kind of stink? What does that mean?
I mean, I can't believe that the year they had last year, which, you know, I thought it was a big mistake when they got rid of Vernon, you know, because I kind of thought that he kind of gave that team...
Goaltending is not the problem. Goaltending is not the problem.
Well, coaching, too. I never liked Murray's. I never liked either one.
Coaching is the problem, but lack of talent. I keep telling people that lack of talent and bad trades. Here's another BM deal. They went out and traded for Anders Eriksson from the Blackhawks, who's another one of Brian Murray's earlier mistakes with Detroit. He keeps going back to the same Igor Larionov. Oh, we want to send him back now. Let's get rid of him. He doesn't want to go. Anders Eriksson, another mistake. Again, you know, I'm like a stuck record. The public, the so-called fans, the long-suffering fans, we're supposed to sit back and dummy up until Wayne makes the deal to sell the team. There's no point in discussing any of it, because until he sells the team, no changes will be made.
Well, the first thing they should do is...
They played 32 games and they've won 6, and these people still have their jobs.
Well, the first thing they should do, Neil, is bring Ted Nolan in to coach the team.
Ted Nolan isn't coming here, sir. He's blackballed in the NHL. He's not coming here.
Yeah, but with your influence...
Sir, he is not coming here. With my influence, right. You'll notice how fast I got the Murrays out of here with my influence. Well, what is wrong with you people? Are you in some kind of a dream world? With my influence. I got 2 calls on the board here. I got so much influence, and probably both of those are retards. That's what influence I got. What kind of planet are you living on with my influence? God. Jesus, Joseph and Mary. I would have called in sick if I knew this was going on today.
You thought you weren't going to get a funny call today.
This is special. And then that crazy person in sales. I'm telling you right now, he did write that letter. There is no doubt. The fact that he came in here again with another one of these letters this morning and hands it to me like, oh, this is what I really would have wrote. Have a nice day, about a happy holidays, give you another check. What's that organ? Stay out of here, Peter. Stay away. Stay far away. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Stewart. Hello.
Neil, how are you doing?
Okay, sir.
Just giving you a call to plug Tunica, Mississippi. Have you ever been there?
I'm not going to Mississippi.
Well, that's basically Memphis. It's a real city.
It's a real what?
It's a real city.
Uh-huh.
It's got 21 casinos now.
Yeah.
And it does have Las Vegas-style gambling all the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's got better odds and everything that even Las Vegas, because the competition's so keen.
Mm-hmm.
It's got single-deck blackjack. It's got all the, like at every casino.
Yeah.
It's got, and they treat you very well. And, you don't have to be a giant fish just to get everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's not a bad place to go. But also, stock markets go up, stock markets go down. You know, we all know that the NASDAQ was way overpriced. I mean, you're saying it yourself. I mean, when the...
No, we don't all know the NASDAQ was well over, but now we know. But the fact is that back then, people, including all these experts on CNBC, were talking about the old economy and the new economy, and that these PEs that are 200 and 300, it doesn't mean anything anymore because of the tremendous future of these companies and down the road, and it was all a lie. Now these same people are on here this morning saying, well, you know something, we're never going to have 300 and 400 PEs again, and all this other bull. It was all a bubble that never. It was a once in a lifetime phantom bubble.
Right. It was, and if anybody sold into it, they did well. And also these people are making tremendous bonuses off the same thing. So, they can't go on and say things are bad and kill their own bonus. I mean, they're paid to do what they're paid to do.
Yeah.
even the CNBC people, if the people get discouraged about the stock market, people won't be watching as much.
You're right.
There'll be layoffs there.
You're right.
It's all like a big.
So it's all it's like a big sideshow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that invested in Amazon.com at $200 a share have got to deserve what they got.
$17.
Right. Deserve what they got. Yahoo at $300.
Yeah.
Deserve what they got.
Bunch of yahoos.
Yeah, bunch of yahoos.
Okay.
Exactly.
Good luck to us, pal.
Okay. Happy holidays.
And same to you. Let me sell you some Xerox. How about some Citrix? 567. How about some Dish TV, huh? Woo! I hear it's going up to 400. I just made that up. Well, hey, I can make it up if my stockbroker can do it. Why can't I?
This is 560 QAM.
As Sally Fitz would say, stick it up your ass.
They're funky. They're old. They're the California prunes.
So then you're getting old and clay, and you're constipated every day. You've had some relief, and that's for sure. And so for you, we got the cure. Just eat some of us, eat us every day. And then flush your class away. Don't you know that they're wrinkled and they're pasty? Men are usually so pasty. X-Lax is nice, but it don't work fast. Just eat some food, they're a real blast. On the party, yes. On the party, if you eat us, you're a smarty
California prunes. What a way to go.
It's 11:43 at 560 WQAM. Here's Margate. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Talking about Alan Greenspan and interest rates, this is a formula, I believe, that with tax cuts and low interest rates, the public has more money to spend, the economy heats up, prices rise, debts rise, and you have a recession.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what's happening. Greenspan is a little bit behind. Have you been
a little bit behind?
Yeah, I mean he
like
should
about
have
8
raised
months
interest
behind.
rates. He should have raised interest rates a long time ago.
He should have raised them a long time ago.
Yeah, because if you look at the prices,
So what are you talking about? He should have raised interest rates.
He should have
a long
raised
time ago.
interest rates.
They've been raising interest rates all year. They've been raising interest rates. What are you talking about?
Still has to go further up because the
Sir,
prices
you're out of your mind. You're a crazy person. You're a lunatic. Don't be calling it on some talk show just because you have a mouth and you can make words come out of your mouth. I know less about the goddamn economy and about the market than probably anybody in the world, but I still know more than you do, which isn't saying much. He needs to raise interest rates. Right. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T Verizon wireless lines. 4,000 open lines, just open and waiting for your perspicacious comments. And happy holidays from all your friends at QAM. Here's a mobile in Wellington. Hello.
Hey, what's up there, Neil?
Yes, sir?
How's the GER treating you?
It's fine, no problems.
Oh, that's good. Minor point
Until that
before I
last
give...
call.
What's that?
I said until that last call.
And actually, Hank was right about the Gavis comments. Good stuff. Minor point before I talk about the Panthers, but do you still need a haircut place in Plantation?
Yes.
Okay.
I need a haircut so bad right now. I'm going to shave it all off, I think. I am.
Robert's Barbershop, 2692 North University. Fantastic.
2692 is where?
Right in Sunrise. But it's on the border of Plantation.
In Sunrise, like, give me a street, like a cross street.
It's North University. It's actually right near Commercial.
Okay.
Cross Street.
Okay.
Good place. Now, you're right on about the Panthers, and I go to maybe 3-4 games.
Mm-hmm.
But did you go to the game against the Red Wings, which
Sure.
was like a damn morgue?
Sure.
At least 75% of the crowd was rooting for the Red Wings.
Well, it sounded like that. There were about 3,000-4,000 Red Wing fans in.
And all I could think about is, without question, that coaching is pathetic. There's no enthusiasm. But why the hell that game didn't someone start a fight for the Panthers? At least get the crowd into it. And
Now, why do you say that? Start a fight for the Panthers? What is that going to accomplish?
you know, you're right.
What is that going to accomplish? In fact, I think we did have 3 fights in that game, and it accomplished absolutely. It was either that game or the one just before that. I mean, they all blended together at this point. There was one of the games, I think it was the one just before that, maybe Carolina, and they had 3 fights and brawls. It didn't accomplish anything.
But, well, more importantly...
Now, what's the point? What's the object of that? Is that what you pay to go see, is to see guys fight in a hockey game?
Well, listen, more importantly, it's the coaching there's no enthusiasm.
But why did you just make that comment?
I said that because in that particular game, you're right, the fighting doesn't accomplish anything, but in that game, to me, the guys showed like they don't care. And sometimes I know teams will do this, so at least they'll start a scrap.
I just got through saying, and you agreed with me, the game just before that, it was either Carolina, whoever the hell it was, I know they lost, and they had 3 fights, and everybody said the big Schwarzer was fighting, and Mellenby was fighting, and it was the Islander game, as a matter of fact, because it was the game where Worrell got in 2 fights with Chara, and Mellenby went after Kevin Holler because he was taking a shot at Bure. It was the Islander game. It didn't accomplish a damn thing, and they still got their asses kicked. Don't you people understand this team suffers from a lack of talent? Yes, the coaching is bad, and the general manager is making one bad deal after another and that's the reason that the roster is so thin. This team doesn't have it. Don't you guys get it?
Right, and I'll leave you just...
Who's going to score goals for this team? Bure and Whitney and who else?
That's it.
Who else? Maybe once in a while Mike Sillinger. Who else is going to score for this team?
I'll just leave you with this thought, and you obviously know this, but look at a team like the Devils. Why they good year in, year out? They start from the minor league systems. They work their way up.
You look at any good team. I look at my Leafs, the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've got so many outstanding young players. Somebody gets hurt, they bring up a Nathan Dempsey or the young Peter, what's his name, the defenseman. They got so many of those guys. There's like a limitless number of guys that they can bring up. Jeff Farkas in the playoffs when they had injuries. The Panthers, they bring up the youngsters from the organization, and they all stink. And in a week or two, they're all back down in the minor leagues again because they can't cut it.
Well, at least we have Lemieux back. I can't wait to at least see him, I think, in March.
But he don't play for us.
I know.
Last time I checked. Okay,
well,
have a great day, pal.
You too, Neil.
Peter Svoboda, the young one. How you doing, Peter? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. But let's start a fight. Come on. Why do people say this crap? Why do they say things that just on the face of them are so patently absurd?
It's what they want.
Oh.
Come on, Peter.
Oh, can this be the same old Coot and Cape Coral? Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing? Happy holidays.
Yes, sir.
My stocks are falling through the chute, too. And yesterday on TV, I see George Bush entertaining Greenspan there for a few minutes.
He was entertaining him? Or was he doing a dance?
Yeah, it must have been. He's going to need to do more than a dance.
Yeah.
He's going to need to do an Al Goldstein on him because, truthfully, I think Greenspan was a little pissed off when Bush kind of held him by the arm there and kind of made him pose in front of the camera. I don't think...
Oh, sir, please. You got some whining noise in the background there. And again, the stuff that's coming out of your mouth is worse than the guy that said he needed to raise interest rates. What's the point of talking to these people? And Harvey from Hell says that I got the most varied callers in the world. I got the worst callers of any talk show in the history of radio. The show is great. The calls blow. Imagine how good the show would be if we had calls that made any sense. Maybe that's why the show is great, because the callers are so inane. How is it possible to be so full of crap? Bush held him by the arm there. The only reason he put his arm around him for a second is because they wanted to take a picture, okay, you idiot? And I don't like Bush any better than you do, but for crying out loud, if this is what we're going to get for 4 years, is that every time he farts the wrong flavor, you're going to be making an attack on it, what kind of an American are you? See, these are people already got him set up hoping that he fails. See, we told you so. You people are assholes that hope that the president fails just because you didn't support him. That's real Americanism. That's called being a political asshole is what that's called, which is what you are, sir. The whole economy of the world is hinging on what the Fed is going to do, and because George Bush put his hand on Alan Greenspan's shoulder, we're supposed to believe that pissed him off, and therefore he's sticking it to us now. That's why they didn't cut interest rates. Oh my God. And let me say it again. This is what's out there, Florida. This is what's there. This is what's driving all around you on the highways. This is what's fighting you in the supermarkets and the stores. This is what's out there. This is what just created this nightmare in the election. Florida, this gigantic, big, oozing peninsula. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
Let me apologize if I can for the calls, which I know I can't.
Well, why don't you go apologize for them? You're not responsible any more than I am. These are crazy people. These are dumb people. These are people.
I know, that last guy is just amazing. You know, you need to stand behind your president no matter if you agree with him or not because, you know, united, you stand. Divided, you're going to fall.
What a great title for a song that would be.
Yeah, I have 3 quick points. Alan Greenspan, the man is a complete idiot. The problem with it is people listen to the man, and they shouldn't. They should really just...
I'm not saying he's a complete idiot now because he's made some mistakes. I mean, I'm not going to go from one extreme to the other, but the fact is he's not infallible. He's not perfect. He's not some kind of a financial maven. He makes mistakes, and he blew it yesterday, and we're paying a wicked price for it because even if they did cut interest rates yesterday, it takes months before it kicks in, before money starts loosening up again, and before the economy starts turning around.
Definitely.
You know,
definitely. And all for the tax cut. If anything's going to stimulate this economy now, we need a major tax cut, like you said, to get money back into the, you know, the financial community. That's the only thing I can see saving this crap. Also, that security guard yesterday, I just want to say, I know you got some scumbags that listen to the show. He died, the guy that was shot for Dunbar security. And I was just going to say, why don't you, some of you scumbags, take the holidays off and maybe not kill someone for Christmas. And on that note, I'll leave you. Thank you very much.
What? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. And Verizon. Well, he apologized before he started talking. The Dow's down 122 and the Nasdaq's around 120. They're kind of like converging now. They're like both want to get on the same, you know, so they can both go down about 300 today. Nice even numbers. See, it'll be good, like when the Dow gets down to about 500 and the Nasdaq down to about 70 points, because like I told you the other day, it's much easier when the numbers are smaller. It's much easier to figure it out. Here's a mobile in Oakland Park. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Yes, sir. Great.
Well, first of all, let's recap here for a second. One guy says that Greenspan didn't cut interest rates because George Bush put his hand on him.
Right.
One guy wants him to raise interest rates.
Right.
One guy wants Peter Worrell to go out and fight.
Right, or anybody. You want somebody to go out and fight.
Show, a bunch of morons are calling you.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
a special
insane.
bunch. It's the holidays. It's a special bunch.
God almighty. Let me just ask you.
You don't have to tell me. I'm sitting here, you know, the phone is open for anybody and everybody. That's the best part of the deal, and this is the best we can do. What does that tell you about this state?
Unbelievable.
With our gigantic audience out there.
Can I go to hockey just for 1 second?
Hockey, yeah.
Hockey. You're a big advocate of the Panthers. You're a big fan of the Panthers. I'm a big fan of the Panthers. I refuse to go to the games because of the product they have on the field.
I get free tickets. So I go whenever I feel like it. Like tonight I'm going because I want to see the Penguins.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out why people are still spending the $100 for the center court seats or whatever they call down there at the ice.
Center court?
Well, you know, center ice to go down and watch these.
They're not. In case you haven't noticed lately, the crowds keep getting smaller and smaller. Except on the weekend, they go because they already got the tickets and it's something to do. But weeknight games, it's desperate. It's deadly.
What are they throwing? Do you know?
How much are they going for?
No, what kind of crowd is showing up?
Oh, you mean, well, I would say most games about 10,000, and weekend games we did actually have 15,000 for the Colorado Avalanche game. I mean, it said 15 in the paper, and I would say that was the only time it's actually been a real number. That was a pretty good crowd. And I give people credit for that. Well, you know, it's easy to say. There are a lot of people who are hockey fans who are hoping for the best, or some people come out because they wanted to see the Avalanche with all their superstars, or like a lot of people come out because they want to see Yager tonight, or Marty Straka, or, you know, the other good players on the Penguins. And then when Mario comes back, people will come to see him. But the fact is that, you know, as far as seeing what we got, there's not much.
Right, it's like people go see the Heat, you know. Why are you going to
They don't. But they don't. They aren't going. Don't you understand? They're not going. Most of the Heat home games are played in front of 9,000 and 10,000 people.
But that's still 10,000 idiots that are going down to waste their money for a product that's...
But you don't understand. Some people have already spent their money. They've already spent their money. They already have the tickets.
Okay, well, I guess that's a good answer. Because
if people buy season tickets and they've already made the investment, it's very easy for you to say, well, you shouldn't go. But they've already made the investment.
Right. They got screwed and didn't even get kissed.
Well, they go hoping that maybe they'll get entertained. I mean, they spent the money, might as well get something for it, hope for the best. Or maybe the other team will be exciting.
No, I guess that's the best we can hope for. Neil, enjoy your day. I love your show.
Okay. Man, everybody in this, well, what am I getting excited about? It's so negative, so goddamn negative. I'm going to go tonight. I don't expect the Panthers to be spectacular tonight, but I want to go see Yager play, and I want to go see the game. Plus, it's boring as hell here anyway. If this wasn't one of the most boring places on the face of the earth, there probably wouldn't be 50 people there with the kind of crap that they're putting out there. But this man is so agitated and so frustrated that people are showing up, and I just don't get it. Why?
Why?
Why does that bother you so much? Great facts. In 1555, Nostradamus wrote, "Come the millennium, month 12, in the home of the greatest power, the village idiot will come forth to be acclaimed the leader."
This is 560 QAM. Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale. A Beasley Broadcast Group station. And WQAM.com for the world.
Anybody have a heart or a liver?
No.
There's no trees or light for Hanukkah. Go down the block, the houses are darker. We are wishing we were Christian on Christmas morn. There's nothing for our children. For 8 nights we light lights when the Santa be coming to Semite.
All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi! All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi!
It's too hard for us to go shopping. We don't know when Hanukkah is happening. What is the date? Are we too late? You can almost hear them go.
Now, come on. What are we supposed to do? Do you think it's easy to get gifts when we only pay wholesale?
All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi! All we get to light is a menorah. They don't mention Christmas in the Torah. Our holiday is really such a bore. Light the menorah, oi!
Yeah, if that Alan Greenspan would just raise interest rates one more time, 2 more times, then we could all kill ourselves. That guy was just a crazy person. Well, why should I single him out? Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil. I'm a new fan of the show. And
Oh, yeah, another. See, every time you guys call, it's the same thing. I'm a new fan, or I never called before. You 3 little boyfriends out there, why not for the holidays do a menorah thing, okay? You can be the candle in the middle. Stick a candle in your rectum, light it on fire with a torch. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
you
sir.
were just talking about the ignorance of South Florida is what got us the results of the last election.
That is not just got us the results, the entire world the results, yes.
Well, yeah, but the Democratic Party's always countered on the ignorance of its constituency.
Sir, please don't give me a song and a dance about it's a party thing. There are plenty of dumb Republicans, too, okay, sir?
Oh,
plenty of
I
dumb
understand
Republicans. So stop with the stupid partisan politics if you want to have a conversation.
The Democratic Party is the one that's complaining.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. And happy holidays to you, too, sir. I wonder which party had the dumber candidate. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the mobile in Hallandale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Listen, first of all, happy holidays.
Sure.
I don't claim to be an economist or anything, but it seems to me that when people buy stocks and the stock goes down,
Yeah.
the only one who's losing is the guy that played the game. That somebody, that money goes somewhere. It doesn't disappear. It doesn't vanish. It's not like you put the money in a machine and it gets burned up or something. Somebody's profiting when someone else is losing, right? Isn't that what happens?
Not necessarily. The money's just coming out of the market.
Well, where does it go? It's got to go somewhere.
It can go into bonds. It can go on the sidelines. It can go. Who knows? But it's not in that stock anymore. It's gone somewhere else.
All right, but it's still somewhere, and somebody's got it. So somebody gained it, right? I mean, it just doesn't disappear.
So what does that mean?
The point is, I'm a limo driver, and I'm not an economist, but it seems to me the economy is roaring. People have more money than I've ever seen being spent.
Absolutely wrong. Just ask the people in retail. They'll tell you that you couldn't be any further wrong if you tried.
What I do is retail. I catch them coming to and from the airport. There's more people traveling.
No, what you do is not retail. Retail means you have a business, you have a store, you open the door in the morning, and people come in and you have a cash register. That's retail, and retail is way off. And at this time of the year, that's a bad, bad omen.
but there's never been more traffic through the airports than there is right now.
So what does that mean?
So it means the economy can't be that bad if that many people are spending that much money on airlines and limos.
Well, maybe they're spending it on airlines and limos, but they're not spending it on merchandise. So that that's one sector.
I don't think the economy is that bad. But then again, I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you what I see.
Well, I'm glad you're doing good, and have a good holiday. Oh boy. The world, that's like my mother, the world according to Millie, The sound is in her toilet, so it must be sounding like that in toilets all over the world.
When's her show on?
Tomorrow. At about 2:15. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. We're getting some real good lessons in economics here today, aren't we? Oh, yeah. Economy is booming. People have got more money than ever before. And that money, well, maybe the money's coming out of the market and they're all getting on plane trips and giving it to limo drivers. That must be where it's going. He answered his own question. Here's Surfside. Hello.
Hi there, Neil. I'm Jerry over here. Listen, I want to know...
Hey, Jerry, we don't do names on this show, but that's okay, Jerry. Just don't say it again.
Okay, well, listen,
yeah.
who's coming up with these numbers? They're talking about a tax cut. He's got to give everybody a tax cut when he gets into office. And now he goes to Washington, D.C. President Clinton and the whole Congress tells him you can't cut taxes. You have to take it a little bit at a time. I'm here to tell you right now, who comes up with these numbers? I mean, it's like the numbers went great before he went to D.C. You know what I'm saying?
Who comes up with what numbers?
Well, what I mean is they say the numbers don't work if he cuts taxes.
Sir, let me say something to you. He's not even in office yet, okay? So
yeah, right.
If you'd like to blame what's happening with the economy on him right now, I'm afraid you're a little bit premature. He doesn't take office until January 20th. It's a month away.
Yes, I'm not blaming him. I like the idea of a tax cut, even if I don't know the numbers. But what I'm saying is the whole thing is drawn up on paper. It looks great. Now he goes to Washington, D.C., and everybody's telling him the numbers don't work. I don't like that. I think that we're being subjected to subterfuge again by these people that, I don't know, what are they going to spend all this money on, secret bases on the moon or Mars or something? I mean, it's like anything, the whole economy is right out in the open where you can see it. And now he's being told by the
What was the guy that used to be on overnight with that overnight show that his
Art Bell.
Art Bell. Say hi to Art Bell, sir. Yeah, George just put on his dark sunglasses. If I had any, I'd put them on right now, too. I think we need to turn the lights out. I'm going to do the rest of the show under the counter today. I'm getting under the table and doing the show down there. We have secret military bases on the moon. Shh, they're secret. And we might even be building some on Uranus, too. You better take a look, okay? You thought it was just like a carbuncle. It might be a goddamn military base.
You know, we can listen to them through the radio.
You know where I think that they're going to be building one?
Cockaloon.
Yeah, that's coming next. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Neil, that's a little premature speculation for you. Hey, I just wanted to tell you, I think the best thing for you to do in the market nowadays is take all your money out, take Mitch Hirsch to Las Vegas, and have a great time.
Uh-huh.
Have a happy holiday.
Okay, back to you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See, what you don't understand, sir, is I haven't lost a dime. I haven't lost a penny. In fact, I made money. I had to take losses on one fund just so that I could balance out the money that I made. How do you like that? On paper, I'm getting killed. Am I worried about it? Not me. I mean, I'm not happy about it. Am I peeing in my pants? Am I panicking? No, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I'm buying more. And when it gets all down there, when every stock is $1, my income isn't going to change. I'm going to buy a whole bunch more. I might go up to $2, at least $1.10. What do you say, George? Buy with both hands.
Okay.
And you know what stock I like? You know what's a nice, good number?
$8.
Yeah, I don't want to mention no stocks in particular. In fact, Bruce Beasley said that before he left yesterday. He said, speaking of this market stuff, I don't want to put any pressure on you. And I'm not going to give you the name of the stock, but there's one stock going for...
1 million times for Neil Rogers. He's in his house.
Yeah, for about that. I said, I don't think so, Bruce. I said, if you gave me a bunch of it, maybe I'd consider it. Why don't they just give me a whole bunch of stock? Huh? Like about 10,000 shares.
Then you'd have an incentive to be nice.
Like about 100,000 shares. I'd have an incentive to, not take another 6 months off in Vegas every year. That sounds good. Let's do the show from Vegas. What do you say?
Uh-huh.
Without Mitch Hirsch. How's that Citrix coming, Mitch? And that Dish TV? Oh, I should just ask Jeeves. Here's a mobile in Palm Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil. I just tuned in a little bit ago and heard some of the comments that you repeated that people made on the calls, and I don't blame you for being a little cranky today. But to the cab driver,
I'm not cranky at all. I'm in a great mood today.
What they got is people spending more money that they don't have than ever before.
Uh-huh.
And to the guy who says he hopes Bush does wrong, look, I voted against Bush too, and you got to get behind him. And what are we going to do? Cut our noses off to spite our faces by hoping he fails? I mean, how stupid is that? Like you said. But I wish he didn't have to be seen. I wish we could just hear him on the radio. I mean, just the sight of him makes me sick because I did vote against him. But he's there, and we got to hope for the best. And hope he surrounds himself with brighter people than himself.
Talk about
and does the right thing.
Talk about one-dimensional people. I just reached over here to get the faxes, and people are faxing me stuff about the recounts that they're doing. And I mean, why don't people let it go already? Nothing is going to change.
Right, it's over. And I mean, he's in. Let's stand behind him. Hope he does well. Wish him well. Give him some good karma. Give him some good vibes. He's going to be there for 4 years, and if we want to get through these 4 years, we're going to have to do it with him.
We have a whole bunch of people out there, millions of them, I'm afraid, who just want to be pissed off for 4 years. That's not going to accomplish anything.
Listen, I was pissed off, but I got over it because it's over.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it to go another way like you did. But I got one take on the situation, for what it's worth. You always talk about, and you're right, about what political pawns we are. And Greenspan is not an idiot. Now, he didn't cut the rates yesterday, and we're all saying, how stupid could he be? How could he make that mistake?
Yeah, how stupid could he be?
But he's not that stupid. The scenario, since I totally believe we're manipulated politically at all times, is how good does it look that if Greenspan on the next go-round cuts interest rates after George Bush gets into office and perhaps has a conversation with him or some influence with him, and everybody says, oh, look what George Bush did. He got Greenspan to cut rates. Whereas if he did it at the end of the Clinton administration, it would just kind of walk under the rug.
He just got through having breakfast with him 2 mornings ago, and I'm sure that I had a cup up during the conversation that Bush would have liked to have seen him cut rates. He doesn't want to come in the middle of a brutal recession that's going to get deeper every minute that they don't do something. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I just, my feeling is it's just going to make Bush look better if it happens when it comes under his administration. And the fact that what's a couple of months to people who are dying and getting crushed by it already?
Let me say it again. It takes several months. They're saying 6 to 8, 9 months. If they cut interest rates tomorrow, they're talking about how he's far behind the curve. That's what they keep talking about. He is far behind the curve because they were still raising rates when they should have began to start lowering them months ago.
Yeah, but at the point that he makes the cut, you're right. There's a time element involved as to the effect of it, but at the time he makes it, that's what I think the political football is. Is it going to be now? Well,
if our livelihoods and if our retirement money and if the economy of the whole world is based on what you say, then we might as well all blow our brains out. That's all I can tell you. If it's all based on such brazen politics as what you're telling me, then there's no hope. In addition to which, if he's so partisan, and because he is a Republican, if he's so partisan for Bush, how come we had 8 years of such great prosperity and such skyrocketing markets? Huh?
Coincidence.
Just a coincidence, right? That guy ought to be a stockbroker. I know it was you, Mitch. I know you do voices. 12 minutes afternoon at 560 WQM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
And now, a public service announcement.
As the representative of the IACC, the International Association of Colon Cowboys, we ask the citizens across America to donate whatever you can to start an alternative club to the Boy Scouts of America. But Pirates of the Caribbean will give young men an opportunity to experience the fun and camaraderie of exciting outdoor activities such as sailing, camping, and my favorite, weenie roasting. Give them a chance. Give what you can. Thank you.
12:15 at 560. People are faxing me this stuff because they won't let go of it. And I agree with those people who say they shouldn't be doing these recounts because all it's going to do is get everybody crazy. The Orlando Sentinel conducts the first outside review to be completed in any Florida county since the U.S. Supreme Court halted the statewide recount December 9. The paper's findings, Gore lost a net 130 votes in Lake County, votes that were clearly his, even in a conservative GOP bastion that Bush dominated as a whole. So in other words, he had 130 more votes than they counted. The Sentinel's review found that 376 discarded ballots in Lake County were clearly intended as votes for Gore. In each case, an oval next to his name was filled in with a pencil, and the voter mistakenly filled in another oval next to a spot reserved for write-in candidates, writing in Gore's name or running mate Joe Lieberman's there as well. Another 246 such ballots showed clear votes for Bush and running mate Dick Cheney were thrown out. Had all such ballots been counted, the net gain would have been 130 votes for Gore just in Lake County, a Republican county. So they're going to continue doing this all around the state, and they're going to say, oh, you see, the Herald was right. Gore should have won the state by 20,000 votes. Or whatever the number is. And then what? And then everybody's going to be, or at least half the people are going to be very pissed off, and people are going to be screaming, oh, you see, we told you. And what's the point? What is the point? Very, very sad. Pathetic. I keep telling you, they stole it square and fair, and you're not going to get it back. The fix was in. Here's a mobile in Aventura. Hello.
Neil, good Jonathan,
Yes, sir?
and a happy holidays to you. And by the way, I'm like at a identity crisis. I'm not a Julio because I'm a Cubano he.
Yeah, Julio.
So does that make me a Jules?
Julio.
A Julio,
Yeah.
Julio. You know, Neil, I was thinking the other day, I've been listening to you when you used to do those shows, remember, with the old lady, and you used to have topics like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I think those days should definitely come back.
No.
What do you think about that?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No.
The last time I saw you was over at Borders, and we were talking about my friend, rest in peace, was, remember your neighbor, he was always whacked out. Remember, he used to live in the same complex.
Yeah, in
as
Lakeview
you.
Courts. Yeah, he was a drug dealer, yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. And he's still exactly dead.
He's exactly very dead.
Right.
Big fan of yours, and every time I go to visit him, it's like, forget it. It's double cognitions with him. But
Every time you go visit who? The dead man?
the dead guy,
Oh.
he was a nice guy. He just had a major drug problem. He was a young kid, too. He died.
He's still dead, yeah.
He was like 32.
Well, listen, other than that, which is putting the audience into a coma just like that guy is, what else?
Well, what else is that I'm like I have a major identity problem because having been born in Cuba, and of course being
Yeah, you already said that. Thank you, and have a nice holiday. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. I'm a very good driver. Here's a mobile in South Miami. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay, sir.
Well, that guy was reaching for material.
Oh, brother, he was.
Hey, got a quick question. I just want to mention a couple of things. With regard to the economy, so much of this is cyclical in that...
Underline the sick part.
Okay. It's so much of this for the people that are Democrats that are all freaking out. So much of this is not going to depend on who's the president. The economy goes through cycles.
Well, what do you mean Democrats are all freaking out? Don't you think the Republicans who are invested up to their armpits are freaking out too?
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying the people that think that the world's going to end because their candidate didn't get into office. So much of this is it's business cycle.
Well, long before they ever decided who was the winner of the election, this thing started back in March that the Nasdaq started tanking. This didn't start when you had the election.
No, see, I agree with you. A lot of people are saying that they know that the economy is going slightly in a slump, but they're so far into the market.
It's not going slightly in a slump. The Nasdaq is 2385. In March, it was 5,100 points. That's not slightly in a slump. That's a drop of more than 50%.
Okay,
that's not slightly in a slump.
Okay, I agree with you.
When you buy a stock at $300 a share and it's worth 17 today, that's not slightly in a slump.
No, okay, it looks bad, but what I'm saying is that the people that don't want to admit it looks bad don't want to admit it because they're so far up in their neck that they're scared to admit anything. But I can look at one different aspect.
I'm up to my eyebrows, and I'm not in denial. It's very obvious. If you look at your portfolio and it's down by 20% or 40% or 50% or whatever it is, it's not a question of admitting it. It's a fact. It's just there. You
You're right,
can look at it or not look at it.
Here's a different perspective. Look at it this way. As far as looking at the economy, for some of the people that aren't believers,
Believers in what?
Well, they don't believe. It's like they're walking around saying that they can't see the writing on the wall that we're going down. I mean, this is bad. It's getting bad. If you look at all that, one of the first signs of major corporations that the economy is is in a slump, headed for a slump, however you want to put it, they automatically cut back in the worst place that they shouldn't, which is advertising.
Yeah.
And you look at, for example, which it just puts off
that's why Time Warner and AOL are just both, even though the merger got approved, they're both in the tank. AOL's down another $37.91 for AOL, and Time Warner's in the tank because their advertising revenues are in the toilet.
Exactly. Now look at Walt Disney World. Okay, they cut back their advertising major.
Yeah.
Now all that does is they try to improve themselves by cutting back on the money that they're spending right now, so that their numbers look like they're not that there's more profit right now because they're not spending as much on advertising.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens after that is that the residual effect is that people don't, no advertising, people don't go out, people don't go to Disney World. So all these corporations across the board, they were saying, I was in I think it was Advertising News or whatever, they were saying that this is a major sign. The major corporations around the United States are all cutting back in advertising. There's going to be an effect. It's going to affect everybody. Also, I want to say hello to Gary the mortgage broker.
Okay. Have any idea what he just said?
No.
That makes all of us. Hewlett-Packard cut to near-term neutral by Merrill Lynch.
Upgrade cycle are much weaker than expected.
Oh, God, is she going to float away or what? Did you hear what she just said? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. You notice what his name is? Creamer. Here's a mobile in Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Excellent. This shouldn't be news to you.
I'm doing great. I feel great. I'm doing great. The audience, these people are, I don't know, maybe they're just ready to blow their brains out. I don't know what the deal is with this audience today. I've never heard anything like this in my life.
It's Jerry from Oz. He's a good call. I want to talk about presidents. As you know, presidents don't do much for the economy, but Greenspan does. And 11 months ago, Greenspan talked about irrational exuberance.
Yeah.
And talked about stemming it. So in the last, 6 out of 9, I guess, FOMC meetings, he started raising the rate.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we are where we are now.
That's right, because he went way too far.
He went way too far.
At least 2 and maybe 3 interest rate hikes too many.
Yeah. And that could, if he comes back, if he brings it back down again, then we'll wait around and struggle for another 6 or 8 months, and it'll, things go again.
But that's
so
why
we hope, right?
We hope. That's why he should have started yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Another thing, back to the
if W just wouldn't have put his hand on his shoulder, maybe things would be okay today. He doesn't like being touched. That's even what Andrea Mitchell said. Don't touch him.
It's the dandruff on his shoulder.
Yeah.
From all that hair. The tax cut, $1.3 trillion is what W talked about. Our GDP today is $10 trillion per year. He's going to do this over 10 years. It's less than 1% of the GDP.
I'm all for it. Bring it on right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bring it on right now. Even though we won a fixed election, bring it on right now. I'll take it. I need it.
That's all right. Al Sharpton in 2004.
Yeah, okay.
Later.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Maybe the good drugs came in. You think that might be it?
Uh-huh.
It has to be. It's got to be. I mean, each one is ditchier than the previous one. Each one is crazier than the previous one. Each one is more incoherent. I can still envision that the drug guy, the neighbor he was talking about, that Jubin, coming home from work and standing out in front of the door and like teetering and trying to aim the key at the lock and unable to open up his front door. I can remember days when I looked, and I had in that apartment was a townhouse, and in the front there were like, what do they call right next to the door, the things where you like little windows.
Oh, okay.
And he'd be standing there with his face pressed up against the window, like peering in. The drug dealer next door. And now, he's dead. 25, and of course all these people be driving up at different times of the day in the middle of the night in these strange little vehicles and every kind of description of end. They'd be parked there briefly and knocking on his door. Took a rocket scientist to figure out he was a drug dealer. And I remember these, before I moved out of there, these people from somewhere in South America, I don't remember whether it was Colombia or Brazil, they were like Latinos, not Cubans, Latinos. And they moved in next door and they had like little kids. And I remember, and they were fairly friendly. And I remember one day standing outside talking to the one guy, the father, and we got into a discussion about the drug dealer next door to me. I think maybe I found him a new customer because I thought for sure that they would probably want to keep their little kids as far away as possible, since it was like a drug joint next door to my house. And then these people got really tight. So maybe they were like either suppliers or customers or both of the above. Fill in the blank. I just mentioned that in passing, and he's still dead. 26 past noon at 560 WQAM.
The hurricane fucking blows.
Hi, I'm Linda Blair, and whenever I want to have a good time, I go to 666 Flags Over America. It's so easy. You'll leave your car and all hope behind in the parking lot. Then you'll ride the handbasket to hell. And oh look, here's our park mascot, Jackie the Jackal. What you do next is up to you. You can join the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse on the Carousel of Doom. Yeah, it'll spin your head around. Ride the log flume down the River Styx. Or just relax and have a snack at our possession stand.
Yeah, give me a double dog, 2 Red Hots, and large ghost blood to go.
Drop in. 666 Flags Over America. It's the best park in the whole nation.
29 past noon at 560 WQAM. Happy Chinooka, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Kwanzaa, etc. to all our psychotic people out there. George has got a suggestion for all you young Julios out there.
Just rub it?
Yeah. Oh, they already are? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Out-of-town line is open, 877-785-6345. Getting a real good lesson in economics here today. Oh, yeah. I'm learning a lot.
Raise interest rates.
I'm learning a lot. In fact, I'm learning that as little as I thought that I knew, I'm a genius compared to most of you folks. So don't be calling and giving me a song to dance about how I got sucked into buying Dish TV and Chitrix because Mitch Hirsch is an asshole, okay? At least the ones that I picked are doing pretty damn good, most of them. Even now. Here's Boca. Hello.
Neil, how you doing today?
Okay, sir.
I got one of my neighbors is a VP for Citrix, and I lost $60,000 in May listening to her ass on this stock. And I tell you what Greenspan did yesterday just lets the average working man know that he doesn't rate for anything in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all need a hand, and the average guy's hurting. The rich get richer, and the poor get poor, and we keep going downhill. How do we get rid of Greenspan?
Beats the hell out of me. George W. is going to have to say bye-bye.
Well, we need to get some new, fresh thinking working in our country, I think. I don't think Bush is the answer, but hopefully he can appoint some with his new staff.
Okay, pal, hang on tight.
Thanks.
Okay, good luck to you. What do you say? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Great.
Good. Hey, listen, I hope I can make you feel better here.
What did I just say? You said, how are you? I said, great.
Good.
So how are you going to make me feel better?
Well, I deal a lot with these companies like Citrix and Motorola down here, and I can tell you, although you took a big dump on that Citrix stock, I do think that when the cyclical cycle goes back up, that Citrix is going to do well. So just hang in there with that one.
When is that going to happen?
Probably about a year and a half.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but like Motorola, I mean, they were good. They were real good. Then all of a sudden they took a big dump.
I don't have Motorola. I bought it in 19 and sold it like a little over 20. I got rid of it in about 2 weeks. I said bye-bye.
In about a year and a half, you'll see both those two companies, which are fairly well run, are going to do well.
Okay.
So hang in there, man.
I'm hanging.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Here you go. See how you feel better already?
No.
Yeah, I feel better. I'm hanging. I'm not losing any money. It's all on paper. What's a few million on paper? If it was a few million, would I be sitting here? Of course not. What is that? Which number is that?
Your friends.
Oh, the little friends? You have their number now? 388-5833. If anybody wants to get involved in the telephone circle jerk, with the little Julios out there, it's 305, of course, where the Julios are, 305-388-5833. 305-388... 5833, like I said. And I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you. And maybe you can participate in there on the circle jerk. Bunch of little crazy bastards.
We should charge a pimp fee when we do this.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless lines. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
We should change it to a 900 number. Yes, sir.
Three things. First off, I went last night to the Heat game. Never, don't go that often. One of the best games I've ever seen. It was an awesome game. Anyway, that was one. Number two,
No
you get the feeling, what do you think the odds are that Bush doesn't know how to make his own tie?
And?
You don't think?
And what about it?
No, I'm just saying, I saw him on TV sitting in the White House talking to Clinton. It just doesn't look like he belongs in a suit or that he knows how to make his own tie.
Well, he's what you got. You better get used to it, man. He's going to be there for 4 long, excruciating years. You better get used to it. You better hope somebody makes him smart.
Neil, and I'm in the same boat as you in what I've observed in terms of investing. I just started investing last October is when I came into some money. It's the worst year I could have ever started.
Well, I'm even worse than you. I started in March when the NASDAQ was 5,100, and I was lucky enough to get turned down, I don't want to say by Rimmer, to a guy who's obsessed with tech stock and has me in tech up to my goddamn earlobes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
drowning in a sea of dreck.
What really bothers me is if you listen to CNBC, every time there's an event that they claim, once we get past this event, everything's going to be fine. First, it was the election, the uncertainty with the election, and they come up with an excuse every time, and everybody on CNBC is full of crap, including that Joe Battipaglia from Grinnell.
Yeah.
He said the NASDAQ was going to be 5,000 by December 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're all full of crap.
You're right.
The answer is put it in bonds or buy real estate, I guess. What else is there to do?
What do I have to say? It's nothing but gambling. And I sit here and I keep saying that. The only problem being that I'm so, like most of us, I'm so deeply into it, I can't get out with taking a humongous loss. So I just have to...
Where are you going to put it, though? Put it in a checking account for 2%?
Well, how about putting it in CDs? They're guaranteed you can get 7.5%.
Yeah, you know, all the guys that tout all the stocks and make money off it call those certificates of depreciation to talk you out of it, but they're all full of crap. It's probably the safest.
Well, when we have almost no inflation, and when you get 7.5%, what's wrong with that? At least it's guaranteed. You're not going to lose a dime. What's wrong? What can be wrong with that?
Well, they can't make commissions off of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, good luck.
I'll see you at the bank.
Hey, I got Citrix too. I took a little off the table, but I'm holding 600 shares.
Take a little off the top.
Yeah, I took a little off the top.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Oh. How's that Citrix doing today, baby? That's not even worth looking. I could look it up over here in the computer, but how's that poll coming? Do you think we're going to have a recession? Yes, it's coming, and the recession too. 111 out of 207 votes. 53.5% say yeah. We're already in it. 52 of us, because I voted we're already in it. 25%. No, the economy is going to be just fine.
Oh, we're fine.
44. 21% say, what are you worried about? Everything's just fine. No sweatski. Those are probably people, you know, when they have a problem, they just ask Jeeves. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir?
How are you doing?
Is this a real voice? Sounds like a phony voice to me. Sounds like a bad phony voice.
Neil, last night there was on CNBC...
Is this your real voice or is this a put-on? You wear a turban?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, last night on CNBC there was something interesting. Lawrence Kudlow, which was...
Lawrence Kudlow, yeah, he's a fascist right-wing piece of crap, yeah.
But he said something that no government official should stay like more than 2 terms in office for Greenspan.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing
he's right about Greenspan. Greenspan's an asshole.
Right, he said. And the other thing he said that the Fed policies that they use is like from 1900. The models that they use are outdated models.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense with this economy, and you see every time...
Always like that, Larry Kudlow, you know, and even though he's a right-wing fascist, he knows his crap.
Yeah, I agree. Good show, Neil. Keep it up.
Okay, thanks. I'll see you at the convenience store. 5670560, or in the cab. Pound 560 on the AT&T. How come we don't have Pakistani cab drivers here? We got all Haitians. I guess because we got Haitians, and they work cheaper. Maybe that's why the Schwarzers and the Haitians have that tremendous hostility going. So anyway, speaking of that, speaking of other countries, our good old buddy Tom Hopkins from WIOD, from the old days. Everybody remembers Tom Hopkins, who used to say,
Florida sucks.
And he believes it so much he's leaving. He was there to give us a nice check for Planned Parenthood last night at Pizza Loft. And he's bailing out. He's heading for Costa Rica, baby. In fact, a lot of folks seem to be heading for Costa Rica.
Seems to be the place to go.
That seems to be the place. And a dollar's worth like $3.19 of their, whatever they call their currency there. What is it?
Banana peels.
Whatever. And he seemed to be pretty happy about it, so I can tell you, because he was getting out of here. He was getting out and had a big smile on his face. I said, you know something, Tom? I can sure relate to that. And I looked at the calendar and I said, oh, it won't be that long. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So did I read that story when, what's his name, your fat friend was on the phone before, but he kept talking, so they probably didn't hear it, about the same-sex marriages receiving final approval in the Netherlands yesterday, which they did? I just thought I'd mention that in passing, since in so many social areas, in just about every social area, they're at least about 200 years ahead of us. But they sure don't have enough strip shopping centers. 22 till 1 at 560 WQN.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Lick it and stick it. From the makers of Nut and Honey comes a brand new breakfast cereal with a name that'll cause even more problems.
What are you eating there, Private?
Nut and homo.
That's why you did it.
Yes, new Nut and Homo. It's just crunchy nuts and grade A homogenized milk.
What are you eating, Lance?
Nut and Homo.
Lance, please, not in front of my wife.
Nutritious Nut and Homo. New from the makers of Fruit Loops.
1241 at 560 WQAM, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's give that number out again for anybody who wants to talk to a bunch of little Julio faggots. The number is 305-388-5833. Call them and keep them busy all day. Put your hand on it. 305, what is it again? 388-5833. They should only rot. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, God, how are you?
Okay, I'm doing very well.
Happy holidays to you.
Same to you.
I got a couple of things. First, no politics, no economics, no sports. I just want to say thank you for all the great years of service, and I love you, man. You keep me entertained all the time. I tried to get in yesterday. I couldn't. I want to wish my wife a happy 19th anniversary.
Great.
For great years of service.
Okay.
Neil, thank you so much. You're the wonder.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's servicing the group. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. What about over there on the West Coast? What's wrong with you nose pickers over there, huh? Get turned down by your pets last night? 877-785-6345. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
5670560. See, no matter how fast you talk, it still ain't going to get on the air, okay? No matter how fast you talk with your little messages for your little boyfriends, it still isn't going to get on the air. It's not the way it works. Do you understand?
No.
I didn't think so. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I mean, what's the point of this? Why don't we just take off between, about the 15th of December till the new year rings in? We're just killing some time here. Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes,
you want
sir.
to talk economics? I'll tell you what. Those idiots, Carollo and Pinellas, and their economics plan with this new stadium is just
What does that have to do
ridiculous.
with my economics? What does that have to do with anybody and the money they have invested? What does that have to do with the price of beans, sir?
Well, I'll tell you what. It's just it's ridiculous to see what they're doing.
Well, you know something, sir? Like I said before, I don't care. It doesn't affect me, and it doesn't affect most of the people who are listening to us right now. So let's talk about things that do. You see, I understand that there's a certain segment of the audience that wants to keep taking these things and turning it into a big cause celeb, and I almost a couple of days ago allowed myself to get sucked into doing that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bust a gut about that. If they want to build a baseball stadium on every corner in Dade County, be our guest. Have a wonderful life. Have a great time doing it. They can drop the people in from goddamn skyhooks for all I care. Go right ahead. If you want to get all bent out of shape, like I said a moment ago, go right ahead, have a nervous breakdown, bust a gut, pop a big one. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. The Dow is down 155, the Nasdaq's down 140 point. But it's only money, like the guy said before. Just hang in there, everything will be just fine. It'll be great.
That guy is calling.
Here's a lady mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. I just wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever had somebody call up and is totally not familiar with dealing with hospice care, things like that?
Have I ever had somebody call up and is not totally familiar with dealing with hospice care?
The reason I'm calling, and I'm very frustrated, is I have a neighbor, and they live by themselves, and I've kind of gotten thrown into trying to help them. They were pretty much kicked out of the hospital because the insurance won't pay for them to stay in the hospital any longer, and they're terminal with cancer. And I was just wondering if there's a central group or people that I can help him get in contact with or something like that, because I'm just real frustrated and I'm real upset and worried about him.
I haven't got any idea, but maybe somebody knowing this does.
Well, maybe somebody will call.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Okay. And have a great life. Here's a call somewhere, but it don't say on the screen. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just leaving Hallandale, Kmart. There's a gentleman out here, you know, the Salvation Army ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
You remember they're going, Merry Christmas, ho, ho, ho. This guy's going, Happy Hanukkah. And then this Rocky walks up and he goes, hey, Happy Kwanzaa. Getting that money. They're squeezing their bag.
Good. Here's Cutler Ridge. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, could you play me the Aaron Summers Neil God?
Aaron Summers?
Yeah, I saw it on your website once.
You mean just where she says that?
All she says is Neil God.
Oh, well, just a second.
Yeah.
Neil God.
That is good.
That do it for you?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
My wife and I got ourselves the best Christmas present for ourselves and our family. We got a home and a job in another town. And I always said, as soon as I leave Miami, I'm going to call Neil and tell him, thank God we're leaving. And I'd just like to say goodbye to all you people who thieve and cheat and connive.
All you losers, yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a great life.
And back
I'll
to
listen
you.
to you on the internet and
Best of luck.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There he goes. Wish him the best of luck.
Bye, bye, bye.
He got out of here. Lucky bastard. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. This is the town that refuses to send everybody. So Harvey from hell, that fax you said, I know your intentions were good, but you're so full of crap as usual. Anybody who would defend the callers on this program needs serious assistance. It's not only today or isolated days. It's every day of my life. Come in the morning with the greatest of optimism and talk to a bunch of bozos who have nothing to say. Fill in the blank. Whatever the topic is, it could be or it could be. It makes no difference. Of course, if I wanted to sit here and carry on about the thing with counting the ballots all day and get all bent out of shape about that and sacrifice 5 years of my life from frustration and stress, I could easily do that. Am I going to do that?
No.
Because what's the point? What will that accomplish? Here's a lady mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hi, I'm a hospice nurse, and I just heard the lady calling, asking for information on hospice. I can tell her who to call.
Okay.
Hospice Care of Broward County. The number is 467-7423. They can help her.
Great. Thanks a million.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hospice Care of Broward, 467-7423. That was quick, and I thank you very much. Somebody trying to do something nice out there for someone? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line, west coast of Florida. Anybody over there with an IQ over than
No.
No? I could give that number again, but I guess I better not. Here's a mobile.
No, they're still calling.
Who's calling?
Them.
Yeah. Mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
Long time listener.
Okay, hang on one second. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Hey, how are you today?
Great.
Listen, I'm up in Palm Beach County. How many games, Marlin games, do you think we'll be attending down in Miami this year?
I don't know.
Can you say 9? Could you do me a favor? Just 1, please. Play Young Neil.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Great. But I got a question for you. Being that it's on the Christmas holidays, you going to be taking any time off?
No.
No? Oh, that's good. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm not going to be here Christmas Day. I won't be here, but nobody works on Christmas Day.
Oh, but you'll be here the day after, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great.
Easy for you to say.
Well, we all like you out here, Neil. We hate to see you off for long lengths of time. My question to you is, being that you and Janet Reno have a lot in common.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless lines. Here's the mobile in Delray Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick note. The state of Florida has a hotline for the hospice care. I'm sorry I don't know it off the top of my head, but Tallahassee Information could give that woman that number, and she can get all kinds of information from that.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, happy holidays.
And same to you. See, there are a couple of nice people there today. 3, the woman that called for the information, and these other 2 who called in with it. And it's a miracle that they're still listening at this point. It's a miracle that anybody could still be listening at this point, thanks to the rest of you doing such a wonderful job of butchering up this show today. But I get paid one way or the other. So if this is the best that South Florida can do, just keep it going. We got an hour and 9 minutes to go. Hank will be here at 2. And then the ball is in his court. And the puck and the pigskin. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I've been listening for the last 45 minutes. I figured I would call real quick before you blew your brains out. I don't know how I'm going to follow.
I'm not going to blow my brains out.
What's that?
I said I'm not blowing my brains out.
No, I know. You're doing a good job of hanging in there relative to the material you're getting. Sympathize about the stock market. I'm down about 70% this year. I got it in April, not March. And same thing, dove head deep into tech and paying the price now, definitely.
And what are you going to do?
You got to write, like you said, I haven't lost a dime yet.
Just going to write it out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Greenspan for president. Not exactly. Have a good day, Neil.
Okay.
Bye.
NASDAQ's only down 147. It's a very nice number, 2364. Dow is down 151. Getting some real good economic advice here today. Almost as good as Mitch Hirsch. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
To tell you, I've used Hospice of Broward, and they're nonprofit, so there's 2 different kinds apparently. And
okay, well, listen, I don't want to have a discussion about this today. You know, just
just want to help the woman out. No big deal.
Okay, thanks. 467-7423. We got her the information now. Let's move on, please. Please, I'm begging you. I'm not begging you, but I'm suggesting. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Just wanted to say that thanks for signing the autograph last night. The pizza there was amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's just as far as food.
What is it? Your phone's crapping out, sir. I'm happy you had a good time. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless freaking mother-scratching line. Here's a mobile in Hialeah. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the lady that called about the hospice.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Out of town, 877-785-6345. We're not going to be discussing hospices on the show today. We got the information from 2 very nice callers. Thank you very much, and on we go. Got it? You got it?
No.
Oh. Play that back again. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you turn a negative into a positive with the stock market?
Yeah.
What you do is you sell out all your stocks, you take a nice capital gain, nice loss on it, and for your tax purposes, and then just turn around and buy right back in very similar stocks. Say, just swap one computer company for another. So if you're in Compaq, go out and buy Dell. If you're in IBM, buy something else, and then you could take the loss.
Well, why do I need a loss like that? Why should I do that?
Well, because your accountant tells you can always even carry it over to next year, probably, if you need to.
Yeah, and how do I know? How do I know I'm going to make money next year? Well, what if we have a recession that lasts 3-4 years, 5 years?
I doubt that's going to happen.
Well, how do you know that?
Well, you look at the history and the trends. You always have 1 or 2 bad down years in the market every 10 years or so, and this is the one bad year that we had. Things will turn around in the second quarter of next year.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to do something based on the fact that you think that they will. I'm not going to take all my life savings that I've worked for 5,000 years and then just, take a humongous loss because you're very confident that everything's going to be hunky-dory. That doesn't sound like an intelligent approach. What?
You wouldn't be taking the loss. You just turn around and you buy these very same companies, just like different electronic companies, different computer companies.
But you're missing the point. It's not like I'm not going to have the same income next year and the year after that. I'm going to continue having the same income, so I have enough that I can invest in those years, and I can buy all of those companies you're talking about at those deflated prices.
Yeah, so you get the best of both worlds because you could be still right back in the market. You're not giving anything up. You're just taking in some losses right now, and you're still in similar companies. Maybe you're not in Dell. Maybe you're now in Compaq, whatever it is. But that's the way that you could turn a negative into a positive.
No chance.
Invested in the market.
No chance.
All right. Hey, I'm in the same boat as you are. I'm getting my ass kicked, too. I'm trying to do, that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
You're selling?
I'm locking in losses.
You're taking the loss?
I'm locking in losses, and I'm reinvesting immediately.
Mm-hmm. And immediately?
Yeah, well, the thing is, you're not allowed to buy the same company for a period of 60 days, but you can buy a company just like it. You could swap one high-tech for another high-tech.
And how do you know that we're done with this? How about if the NASDAQ goes to 1,500? What are you going to do then?
Well, then you're not really losing anything because you're invested as if you do nothing and just sit on the sideline and wait for everything to turn around. You're no worse off than you normally would have been if you just did nothing. By doing what I'm telling you to do. You can only be better off than worse off if you have no intention of ever getting out of the market.
Good luck to you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Okay. What do you think of that, George?
Ask Mitch Hirsch.
No, I'm not asking Mitch Hirsch or that guy. 5670560 pound. You see, this is like I told you, like going to the racetrack and you can find 1,000 touts. You just go down on the track side level, right down there where it's really earthy and gritty, where all the degenerates are kicking over the tickets, hoping somebody dropped the winning ticket. And everybody's a tout. Everybody's got a tip. Everybody's got something hot going. I got the winner in this race. Tell me who you think it is, and I'll let you know if you're right. That kind of crap. No difference. It's exactly the same. Only this is intellectualized. They're pseudo-intellectualized. 1257 at 560 WQM.
Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale, a Beasley Broadcast Group station, and WQAM.com for the world.
Oh boy, it's the 1 to 2 hour.
Okay, 1259 at 560. It's our big 1 to 2 hour. We're going to take 6,000 calls this hour. You watch. I'm serious. We're going to take 1 billion calls this hour. Lots. We're going to get some great economic advice this hour. Like that last guy who says I should take the losses and then I'll have them for a rainy day when I need them. You first, pal. You jump first and, yell to me when you hit the ground. I'll see if you're still alive. 237 votes. Do you think we're going to have a recession? Yes, it's coming in a recession too, 131. We're already in at 58. No, the economy will be fine, stupid.
Oh, we're fine.
Sure, 48. 20% of the people in this audience think everything's okay. It's rosy. And probably of those 20%, 99% of those people don't have a, penny of stock anyway. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today?
Great.
That guy before you was the dumbest person I've ever heard. Where did he go to business school?
He was great.
Take the losses now,
yeah.
And you're just the same as you were. I'm driving in my car like driving off 95.
And then he's reinvesting in other companies immediately.
It's the stupidest thing I ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I mean, people can be jumping off of buildings very soon, Neil. You better watch out for, fallen people.
Exactly.
It's very frightening. Every time Greenspan opens his mouth, it takes a huge dump.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, have a wonderful holiday.
Okay, and you too. 567. I'm going to call up, and let's do it on the air. We'll call them and I'll have them sell everything. Take those losses. And then I'll have them. Just in case I need them. Here's Miami. Hello.
Uncle Neil, how you doing, sir?
Great.
What the caller doesn't know is I'm looking at the stock market now. Most of the computer companies are taking giant, bloody, oozing dumps.
Dell,
as it is now.
Dell, $16, man.
IBM is down 5 already.
Yeah.
I mean, please, that guy doesn't know whatever it is.
He don't know Schmidt from Shinola.
Hey, Uncle Neil, can you explain this to me? This guy, the economy is going through a crapper.
Yeah.
And this guy does not lower the rates. He stands pat. And then they say that maybe he'll lower them when...
Yeah, he left the door open.
In January.
Yeah.
During the inauguration. That sounds kind of fishy to me.
Not during the inauguration. The next Fed meeting is January 30th. It's 10 days after the inauguration, right?
That still sounds kind of fishy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he lowers it, the Dow goes up, everything goes up, and then, of course, Mr. Bush comes out saying, well, you see what I did?
It has nothing to do with Mr. Bush. You guys are so paranoid. It's got nothing to do with Mr. Bush. Mr. Bush doesn't want to come in and preside over the worst recession since when Papa was in there.
Right.
It's got to do with the fact that Alan Greenspan is an arrogant, egotistical, senile old prick. That's what it's got to do with. A hard ass who refuses to deal with reality. He doesn't get it.
Yeah. Oh, well, he just wants to put the brake on everything and just spoil the party for everybody.
I say screw him is what I say.
Take it easy, man.
Let's get a lynch mob. Okay. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Look at that, NASDAQ down 152. See, I don't know what everybody's getting all screaming, because by the end of the week, the NASDAQ's only going to be about 6. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. By the end of the week, it'll be about $8. I'm not talking about individual stock. I mean the whole thing. Instead of this like 2,300, it'll just be 8. And boy, like I told you a million times, it's so easy to deal with those small numbers. Nothing complicated. Don't need no computer, slide rule, abacus. Here's a mobile in Parkland. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Great.
Good. Hey, I think what the guy meant actually was for tax purposes, tax law.
No, I understood what he's saying, but that's ridiculous. I mean, that's based on if come. How do I know I'm going to need that? How do I know I'm going to make that money back this year or next year? I mean, that's stupid.
I don't necessarily disagree, but I understand where he's coming from.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I got a question for you, actually. Why does it seem like Reverend Sharpton and Reverend Jackson continually play the race card?
Because they're both that's their business. Because they're both opportunists. They're both exploiters of human misery and tragedy, and that's the way they make their money.
It's very frustrating.
And they just coincidentally both happen to be reverends.
Yeah. That's very interesting to me, because it seems to me that wouldn't they be promoting peace as opposed to hatred? Which
no.
I believe that's what they're actually doing.
Divide and conquer, man.
I mean, I would imagine that some of my my relatives in the past, let's say 125 years ago, may have had a bit of an issue with some African Americans, but I would have to say over the last 60 years or so, I don't think that me personally have had any issues with anyone of different color, and it's very frustrating to me to have other people who are of color say they're being held back by the white boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very frustrating to me because we go out of our way to try to make everybody peaceful. Well, not everyone does that, but I do my part for this country. I hope to make everybody live together, and I'm promoting that with my children as well. And I just hate to see people like that on the TV promoting additional hatred.
Well, that's what the media specializes in, is being a platform for assholes like that, so it's not going to change.
Well, you have a happy holiday. I just wanted to bring that point up and change the subject away from some of the tax laws.
Thank God. Have a great day, pal.
Thank
God we had something uplifting, like the fact we got those two assholes running around. 567-0560, pound 560 on the 18. And you mark my words, they're going to do this counting the vote. They're already doing it, the newspaper organizations around the state, and they're going to come up with a different total, and it's going to prove what we all knew anyway, at least those of us who were honest, that Gore really won the election and that Bush and his people stole it. And then what? What's that going to accomplish? And then we can have just unbelievable, much worse than we already had for months on end, hatred and bitterness and psychosis. That's great. That's terrific. And with the way the economy is going right now, you would think Gore's probably saying, all yours, George, baby, better you than me. That's probably when they had that short meeting yesterday. That's probably what he said. Good luck to you, sweetheart. Here's a slide rule. It just keeps sliding. We got 3 hours to go today. I mean, it's not even close to a market closing at 4:05, and it's just sliding and sliding and sliding. And I think it's time to take my losses, George, like a man. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the pick of the day is Sun Microsystems.
Yeah, I got it.
Support 25 and an 8. You watch this one. It's one of the only stocks up today. That's the one.
It's 27.
Okay, I'm telling you, the support is 25. All you listeners out there, buy it. It's down 10 days in a row. The Japanese believe from 8 to 10 days down in a row, the stock has to bounce. It's going for a bounce.
Okay. Thanks for the good news. I got it. Of course, I bought it at 38 on Friday. But that's okay. I'm not worried about Sun Microsystems. It's a great company, just like I'm not worried about Cisco, even though Mitch Hirsch is. Cisco's a great company. I don't give a crap what it is right now. It's $37 even. Terrible. I bought it at $47. Am I pissed off that I didn't buy it cheaper? You bet. But that's okay. Am I worried I'm going to lose money on it?
No.
No. When you buy great companies, you shouldn't be concerned about it. Shouldn't be panicking. You know what I'm saying, George? Shouldn't be panicking. Sun Microsystems. See, this guy, I wonder how much he's got. Probably got it with both hands up to his earlobe.
Bye, bye, bye.
That's right. Call up your broker right now and buy at least 1,000 shares. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How are you?
Great.
Hey, listen, I know you stole some of my thunder. I'm in the business, so to speak, for 16 years.
Uh-huh.
And some of the information you're getting, I don't know where these idiots.
I haven't been getting any information. I've just been hearing the ramblings of crazy people. I haven't had any information. Up till the last caller was giving me a song and dance about a stock I already like.
Guy actually told you to sell everything, go to cash, and then buy other losers so you can lose more money.
Right.
Obviously, don't panic. Let me give you a take on the Greenspan that maybe is more factual.
Okay.
The guy really doesn't know what he's doing. He is an old curmudgeon, and he's following what's called Phillips curve, which is like 50-year-old economics with unemployment. The bottom line is, even if you were to raise rates in January, this economy is going to have...
Wait a minute. If you were to raise rates in January?
No, I'm sorry. If you were to lower rates, I'm sorry. Even if you were to lower rates, it's too late. And the economy is going to have negative growth probably in the fourth quarter or first quarter. So for the next 6 months, it's basically dead money.
Right.
But you own good companies. But I will tell you, if you own the Yahoos or the Amazons,
I don't have one dime of not only of those companies, but of any mutual funds that have those companies. Not one.
Good. I mean, the stocks you own are good. Like I'm getting killed too. But I will tell your listeners, if you own these Yahoos or these eBays or that crap, they're not going to come back. But other than that, really don't look at the paper. Don't worry about what's going on. You'll be fine.
And what about Citrix and Dish TV? Now he's laughing, see?
Well, I'll tell you what. I know a lot of people that own these dishes and these DSL things, and that was other Bubba Mices. They're never going to make money. They don't know how to. But unfortunately, Greenspan, all this crap about Bush, that's nothing. Greenspan's not going to listen to Bush. He's not going to listen to anybody. He's too egotistical. And he should have lowered rates, but he didn't. And now we're going to pay the price. We're going to have a recession.
If I can draw an analogy, it seems to me that Alan Greenspan is like the Pope of the financial world. He's a senile old man. Only he's a better dresser, but not by much.
Well, I think if he wore the hat, he'd look better.
Yeah, a little schmata might help.
Hey, happy Hanukkah to you, buddy.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
Good luck. See, there you go. I feel better. Now there's a rational guy. Of course, he's in a business, so he's maybe blowing a little bit of smoke, but I think he knows what he's talking about. Right? And what do I tell you about that Dish TV? It's only a couple hundred shares that I didn't want in the first place. Maybe Mitch would like to buy me out. I'll sell it to him at 40. I'll be a nice guy. Yeah. It's 25 right now. He should have his money back in no time. What do you say, Mitch?
A mensch would do it.
He's not a mensch. He's a little twerp. Ask Rimmer, he'll tell you. Or ask Jeeves. 9 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM.
I gotta start eating right. My chest is getting tight. My cholesterol count is going off the chart. Bumping and bumping. I'm not feeling too good. I think I might buy the farm.
Hi, I'm Daryl Hall. You know, even though my hair looks really good and I got a great bod and all the women really love me, I got a problem. High cholesterol. So that's why I ate this new Hall & Oat brand cereal. Every tasty little flake is shaped just like my partner John, except they're bigger and they don't hold back my career. Anyway, before you've lost that living feeling, rock and roll with a healthy bowl of Hall & Oat brand. Hey, it's the only thing I like better than me.
Oh, try a bowl. Add some milk and chew it up. Try some Hall & Oat. Be a bread eater.
Hall & Oat brand cereal from the makers of Guns N' Raisins.
Oh, have a bowl. Be a bread eater.
114 at 560 WQM on one of the worst shows in the history of this program. I'm going to tell you, this has been, I'll write it in my memoirs. That's how bad this has been today. And there are 2 calls on the board right now as I speak. Kids out of school in Dade County, we finally figured that out. We're a little slow on it. I should have known because I came through the school zone this morning and the lights were not flashing. No school today in Dade County. So automatically that's, we're way behind the 8 ball on that. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Plus we got Hanukkah coming tomorrow night. So you put those two ingredients together and you got the recipe for desperation, which means starting tomorrow we'll be playing like bits and stuff through the end of the year. Kibbles and bits. Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
There was that guy who called a little while ago, for real or what? The guy who said, maybe 125 years ago, some of my ancestors had trouble with the colored people, but not in the last 60 years. What planet is that guy? What is he talking about?
He likes everybody.
It's like, and then he talks about peace. Yeah, it's like when they rape you and stab you, and then they say, come on, you're not mad, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's make peace.
Yeah.
But what does the guy think? Does the guy think in the last 60 years there was no problem racially wise in this country?
So what does that mean? Well, I mean, what is the point? Why is this productive?
Well, his call was counterproductive. That's what I'm saying.
So then why are you wasting your time talking about it? It was on the face of it, it was absurd.
You're right, Neil. I just thought I'd point that out.
Feel better.
Okay.
Okay. Take 2 and call us tomorrow. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See, there's some things that are never going to change. It's just like I told you yesterday, and I'll say it again. I hope I'm wrong, but this community, Dade County especially, but South Florida, this is always going to be a battle zone. Always will be. The politicians will make sure, the special interest people will make sure, it just always will be. And the people who are here don't give a crap about making it any different anyway, because they hate each other to such a degree that they thrive on it. They fell from it. Here's a mobile in Boynton Beach. Hello.
Can you hear me? I'm crappy cell.
Hear you fine.
I just got back from Vegas. I called you Friday.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Especially the Bellagio fountain show.
Uh-huh.
Now, one last thing.
Well, what do you mean one last thing? What was the first thing? What does that mean?
Well,
last
it's everything you say, and it's more. It's just, it was incredible. There's so much to do, and God forbid you can walk down A1A and have hotels with shows and gambling. Of course,
don't worry about God forbid, because it will never happen, so don't worry about it.
Freezing out, but I still loved it.
Will never happen.
That was it. You can't have a bad time there.
Right.
That was it.
Okay. You had a good time in Vegas. Me too. Yeah, me too. Probably just a coincidence. 567-0560. Pound, we got the big Panther Penguin game tonight. Everybody fired up for that?
No.
Huh? Oh, my God. If you looked up deadhead in the dictionary, you'd just see a map of the state of Florida. A giant peninsula. And there it would be. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're talking about you wanted to raise the level of the show. You need to talk about the issues. You're not talking about the issues, and you're talking about stupid things like important sounds. That's why you have a dead audience.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that's the problem.
Why do you listen then?
Because there's nothing else to do.
567-0560. Thanks a lot. That was Kevin Baxter from the Herald. Raise the level of the discussion. Here's the guy telling me how to do the show, but he's listening because there's nothing else to do. See, it's the last part of what you said. You put your thumb on it. There's nothing else to do. Because this is the end of the world. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi there. I just wanted to say I love your show.
Uh-huh.
Great show. I just came from New York last week, and there's nothing like you up there.
There's nothing like these callers up there either.
Listen, I wanted to, first of all, say I want to see the Penguins kick tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly...
And they probably will.
Yes.
Probably pissed off about losing to the Panthers up there last week.
Listen, what I'm really calling about is, yesterday you made a comment about programs on radio, how they suck. I just wanted to say, you did mention Dr. Laura, and I know this sounds, I don't know, I really, really respect that show. I think that is one of the few quality shows.
You respect that show based on what?
Based on
the fact that she's a right-wing, fanatical, born-again, Orthodox Jew who spews hate, and then she's such a genius that her TV show has been canceled?
No, actually, what I like about her is that she tries to set people straight in a more, at least in
Set
some
people
moral
straight?
direction.
Was that just a play on words?
Excuse me? Straight? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't pick up on that.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Nothing personal.
No, but what I'm saying is...
I don't take it personal. I mean, she's a bigoted bitch. She hates men, and her whole object is just to put down men and put them in her place, and to show everybody what a wonderful person she is and how much better she is since she married an Orthodox Jew.
I'm not aware that she's Orthodox.
Well, she is. She's a fanatical Orthodox Jew. Not just Orthodox. She's even more Orthodox than Jew Lieberman.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's put it this way. There are a lot of people running around out there that don't have any direction at all. I think she does give some sort of direction to people.
Sir, let me say this to you. If anybody thinks that they're going to get direction for their lives from a radio show, those people need to be put in an institution somewhere.
Yeah, but at least there's a voice out there that people are listening to.
A voice saying what? What is it that she says that you find so compelling?
It's what exactly? There's not one specific thing.
Well, just generally speaking, what is the message that she conveys that you find so compelling?
That we have to put ourselves aside for other people, for our children, for, putting aside our comfort for, the betterment of...
Her children hate her.
Yeah.
What?
Her children hate her like poison.
How do you know that?
Because
they talk about it.
Exactly.
What, she has... Who's...
From her first marriage.
Oh, from her first marriage?
Yeah. Hate her like poison.
Uh-huh. Okay, well... I don't know anything about her personal life.
Then if you don't know anything about her personal life, why do you have to give me a song to dance about how she's given...
I don't know anything about your personal life. I don't know anything about your personal life, and I respect you over the radio. I think a lot of your views are correct.
What do you mean you respect me over the radio? This is a radio show. You don't know me. How can you say you respect me? It's a radio show.
So what? But who's on the radio show? You. I'm listening to your views. I respect them. You don't have to know.
So to respect my views is one thing, but you don't respect me because you don't know me.
Right.
Or then you know that
bitch. That's what I'm saying. Dr. Laura's show, I think...
Dr. Laura's show she is a spreader of virulent hate. That's Dr. Laura. She's a homophobic, right-wing bitch. Anything else, sir?
Have a great day.
And back to you.
Lie. I deceive.
Get her off this air. Get that bitch off my show now. Unless your stocks went up so much today that you're ready to retire. Keep that bitch off this show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Schlesinger, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about douching. Because it takes a real sourpuss bitch like me to tell you how to do it right. Besides, you don't know how to do it anyway. You're probably too stupid. But what I do is I spread my legs like this, kind of upside down, and squish in Ponderosa lemons. Nothing works better than Ponderosa lemons. Just give it a little squish.
All right, squish the fish. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. He fit in like a glove today. Welcome to our town, sir, from New York. Not that we don't have enough New Yorkers here already, but welcome to our town. And we're delighted that your entire life is so meaningless and so vacuous that you allow a hateful, right-wing, obnoxious, super goody two-shoes, born-again Orthodox Jew like that bitch on the radio to dictate how people should live. I know what I kind of wonder how I should deal with a situation. I turn on the radio, or I turn on Judge Judy, and see how would Judge Judy handle this.
I call Cleo.
Oh. Is she the Jamaican one?
Yeah.
Oh, the Jamaican tarot card reader. She'd be my favorite.
She knows it all, man.
And she has the Goodschmidt, too. Here's Portland. Hello.
Neil Rogers, you big kook. How are you, sir?
Okay.
Hey, I haven't been in Miami for about a month.
Well, congratulations to you then.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to call, say hello to all my my Cuban nationalist friends like Al Goldstein and Ron Jeremy. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Uh-huh.
Hey, I just wanted to call to put a lot of your rests to bed. When the Liz Wild show does go national next month, she's going to be on 12 to 4 Pacific, so it's not going to, it's not really going to conflict with yours.
Oh, yeah, this is, something I wondered why he was hawking us a Chinik with Ron Jeremy and Al Goldstein. Yeah, Liz Wild's boyfriend calling to plug her show. And we're so concerned about Liz Wild being on opposite this show. Oh, my God, how could we ever deal with that? Her nationwide show. Well, here we got the numbers we were just talking about earlier this morning. She had no numbers. Fractions, points. So what's the point? We've been on against Howard since the day he came on in this market the first hour. Doing just fine, thank you. On against fat-ass Limbaugh. Doing just great. Kicking his ass ever since they put him back on here in this market years ago. Every book, every trend. And we're worried about Liz Wild with her fractions. It's pathetic. But you be sure and try and use the show again to promote some no-talent piece of crap. Okay, sir? And have a wonderful life. Because you sure pulled the wool over our eyes. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. And in fact, I'm delighted because maybe then Al can find a new home and he can go back on that show. because he sure ain't going to be on this one. He can have a segment called All About Al. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Doc Laura is a total bitch. Man.
Yeah, we know that.
Do you think that Bush gives it to his wife in the butt?
Who?
Bush.
She gives it in the what? She gives it in his bush? 567-0560, pound 560. He's one of your people. He wants to know about Bob Lassiter. He said, didn't he have a really big... Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir?
Neil, is there something that Larry King has against you? I happened to be flipping last night and saw the radio so-called talk show hosts on Larry King. I mean, these guys are
what does that mean? Does he have something against me? What are you talking about?
In other words, why aren't you on one of those
Because I don't
shows?
want to go on his shows. They've called me and I refuse. I don't go on that crap. I'm not gonna participate in his suckfest. That's why. What is it gonna do for me? What do I need that for?
Well, at least you got a brain.
Yeah, I have a brain enough to stay off that show. That's right. I don't participate in suckfests. If I participate in the suckfest, believe me, it's not on the air and it's something I'm enjoying doing. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. You know what this sounds like to me? This is kind of like some of the, I mean, it's scattered, obviously, among the rest of this riffraff today, but some of the people that Kevin Baxter was writing about yesterday, some of these Sandy Payton people. Yeah. Why can't you be on there with that Neil Bortz guy that's on there every 5 minutes? Because I don't want to be. I don't need it, and I don't want it. See, I'd rather feed my appetite than my ego. There's some people with gigantic, big, fat egos. Neil Bortz. There's a real good nose picker from Atlanta, WSB, or whatever he's on now, Ring. I don't know what he's on. Tragic. Have you ever heard WSB in Atlanta, a Cox station?
No.
Oh, my God.
I stay off the AM band when I drive up to the hills.
Boy.
It's all religicons.
Sounds like they all drifted in from Aintree.
Wasn't David Paul on that station?
Oh, we're fine. I mean... Unbelievable. And he's right next to Dan Stewart. Wow. I bet she's real uncomfortable about that. 27 past 1 at 560 WQAM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Another dick in the White House?
I love The Sopranos each week on HBO. By my TV I'll be staying. Set up by Uncle June, Tony's mom's a loon. Now he knows who was betraying. He goes to therapy, takes Prozac daily, wants to be with Dr. Melfi. One thing I know, I just love The Sopranos. They should win all 16 Emmys, 'cause Tony loves his duckies. The duckies, they did flee. The duckies, they did flee. Made him sad and lonely, him and Carmela live in New Jersey. They are family. Goes to Butterfinger, naked girls dancing all of the time. Bing, bing. They avoid the cops, they don't stop. I love The Sopranos. Oh yeah, I love them. We will see when Tony gets to see Big Pussy, his mommy, ain't crazy. I want nobody. I know I want nobody to miss this show. HBO, The Sopranos. Oh yeah.
By the time I get through the next couple of minutes, she is going to have to pick every scab off that putrid, pus-filled body of hers, all right?
Nobody rips you better.
So I'm going crazy on this, yes, because this has got to stop. You make me sick, Pat, you bitch. God, how is it possible to be so stupid, Pat?
Nobody rips you, and I'm so good at you.
You idiot, you asshole, you.
Baby, he's the best.
Well, sing this, you fat slob. I'm going to take this cord, and I'm going to shove it right up his ass, okay? And I'm going to shove this thing so far up his butt that he's going to be singing a different tune when I get through with him. Don't we have a longer cord than this piece of crap? Look at this. Look how short this damn thing is. We got 100 assholes running around this building. They can find another one besides him, although maybe not that big. Go get it out of there. Go pull a cord somewhere. Go do something. Pull what? In your case, a good question, okay? God.
Nobody rips you better.
Don't start looking once again, as always, to blame fat old Neil for whatever you're upset about. You disgusting, nauseating old slobs.
Nobody rips you, and I'm so good at you.
Old, crabby old bitches.
Neil, if you don't repent, you're going to split hell wide open.
Yeah, I'm going to split it wide open. You know, I'm going to split it wide open your skull with a mallet, you stupid old bitch. Ah! There we go. Now we're cooking. What did I just get through talking about? It was old bags. We don't want you, lady, okay? Go get some knitting out. Go find some crossword puzzles. Go get something. Late. 134 at 560 WQM. That was by request from a CR. Got an interesting point in this fax. He says, I wonder if it's any coincidence it was about this time last year you went to the no phone calls format. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, with the papaya.
Could there be something about the combination of the holiday season, cold weather, and the semi-important ponderous news stories that turn this audience, or at least the calling audience, into a bigger bunch of idiots well past their normal potential? Next week, when every little snot-nosed kid is out of school, it's only going to get worse, says CR. And thanks for signing a T-shirt last.
Good time to take a week off, I think.
Yeah. And George is taking next week off. I'm not going to do that because that would be bad. Well, I don't care. I'm just playing stuff. I was going to do that today, and, as I look back now, wouldn't it have been a much better idea just to play a bunch of great stuff? I did, I'm digging back in the library there, in the ACN, playing a lot of old stuff we haven't heard in a long time, like Nut and Homo. What's that other one? Nut and Honey?
I reckon.
But it's not in here, is it?
I don't think so.
Oh, like I said. But anyway, I'll find that. Just zillions of things that we haven't heard in a long time and have a few laughs, as opposed to, this ponderous crap. See, because one of the great things about when the kids get out of school, like the kids in Dade today, this show is like a play toy. Because somebody stole their dreidel and somebody stole their dildo, so this show becomes their play toy. So they sit out there between 10 and 2, and they play with it, and the show too. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, am I scared? Liz Wilde is coming back on the radio. Woo! Man, my bowels are trembling. Woo!
It's the end of you, buddy.
God. It's like that bitch from Texas that time. Oh, Neil, are you scared Russia's coming in the market? Are you scared? How many years ago was that? About 100 years ago? You still can't find an audience under the age of 100. Oh, yeah, we had those big 12-plus numbers there during the election time. Yeah, we saw those boys. All 55-plus. All older than Methuselah. All actually 65-plus. People that make me look young, which is saying a lot. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
I heard that guy call up about Dr. Laura. I got to tell you a couple of things. First of all, she's not really a Jew. She converted to get her man.
Right, that's right. She married an Orthodox fanatical Jew, and then she became a crazy bitch.
Exactly. And second of all, she obviously doesn't practice what she preaches because not too long ago she was dating some guy who took naked pictures of her.
Oh, I know. They're all on the Internet. We've all
and they're all over the Internet, for Christ's sake.
When your stomach is strong enough, you can find them.
Or if your teeth are dirty enough and you need a toothpick, there you go.
That'll do
the
it.
woman weighs like 60 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
God help her. Anyway, I think she's a phony, ugly, Nazi, born-again bitch.
Yeah.
And I had to say that. Thank you, Neil.
But other than that, she's okay, and we wish her happy holidays.
Likewise.
Thank you. I said her. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, see, even with or without us fags, that TV show of hers, it was such a bomb in the first place. I mean, what did it last, about 5 minutes, something like that? Even that thing on Whammy, that abortion we had, lasted longer than that, with the schmonzes on. And that was, of course, they put a lot of effort into that thing. Well, we sure miss those old days, don't we? No. You have no idea how many people still will come up to me and say, oh, whatever happened to that show? That was the best damn thing. We used to laugh our ass off. That thing was, seriously. We couldn't find an audience with a search party on a TV station that now is like, well, no speaking English pretty soon. Nice going, Barry Diller, you silly girl. Here's the Mobile in Cutler Ridge. Hello. Mobile in Cutler Ridge. Going once. Going twice. Here's too late. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
Hey, I'm a first time.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, let
Yes.
the newspapers count the votes.
Uh-huh. Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing, buddy?
Okay.
I just want to ask something, Neil. Can you play that song, My Fat Aunt Bernice?
What is it?
My Fat Aunt Bernice. It's 8 Days of Hanukkah or something.
8 Days of Hanukkah, not My Fat Aunt Bernice. All right, this is one of the line song. Very good. He even knows the line of the song. That goofball. You got it, man. You got it. You want to know why? Because it's long. It'll kill some very, very good time. Thank you so much. 22 before 2 at 560 WQM. Hank will be here to rescue the operation at 2 this afternoon. We got Yeldy on game night from the Hard Rock Cafe right across from the Sawgrass, 6 till 7. Then we got the pregame show, 7 o'clock, 7:30. Panthers and the Penguins. Mike Lang is in town. Robert Lang is in town. Marty Straka, Yami Yager. All those Goyim, they're all here. Garth Snow, Garth Brooks, Armis Brooks, they're all here for tonight for the big game. Going to be there tonight?
No.
I'll be there. And that guy, that stock guy, stay away from me. Don't come by my seat again tonight. Have the goddamn security come and beat your ass. Even that old man will come and beat you up. Just stay the hell away with all your goddamn hype, with your bull crap. And have a nice holiday, too. 21 before 2 at 560 QM.
Hoy!
On the first day of Hanukkah, my parents gave to me a picture of my fat Aunt Bernice. On the second day of Hanukkah, my parents gave to me 2 stinking dreidels and a picture of my fat Aunt Bernice. On the third day of Hanukkah, my parents gave to me 3 ugly shirts, 2 stinking dreidels, and a picture of my fat Aunt Bernice.
Oh, what?
Well, you look at it.
What's that weird thing on her head?
That's your face.
Oy.
On the 4th day of Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
That's cool. My parents gave to me lousy kosher candy, 3 ugly shirts, 2 stinking dreidels.
Sing the dreidel song.
No.
Sing it.
Dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when no one is watching, I'll throw the thing away.
No, but that's nice.
Fight me.
Oy.
On the 5th day of Hanukkah, my parents yelled at me.
For one thing on Christmas tree.
What?
Well, Jimmy's got one.
Maybe Jimmy's Catholic.
Oh.
And not wanting candy.
Not wanting shirts.
Not wanting dreidels.
Or a picture of my fat Aunt Bernice.
Amen.
On the 6th day of Hanukkah, my parents made me sing.
If I were a rich man.
No.
Song every year.
In front of my fat Aunt Bernice. On the 7th day of Hanukkah, not bad, my parents made me eat 7 greasy latkes.
If I were a rich man.
I want a Christmas tree. I want a Christmas tree. I want a Christmas tree. Now.
Oy, this is hot.
On the 8th day of Hanukkah, my parents gave to me nothing that I wanted, 7 greasy latkes.
If I were a rich man.
Where is my Christmas tree?
Shut up!
Lousy kosher candy, 3 ugly shirts, 2 stinking dreidels, and a picture of my fat Aunt Bernice.
Amen.
Hanukkah sucks.
Hey!
145 at 560 WQM. Dow is down about 200 points, just a tiny hair, a curly little hair, less than 200, and the NASDAQ 164. But it's going to get a lot better, ain't it?
No.
Yes, it is. You watch. That senile old man up there, they'll give him a kick in the ass. Maybe his bag will tip over. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I have a friend named Rick that he has like a small package. And for Christmas, we're thinking of getting those penis enlargement pumps. Do those things work?
Yeah, great. 5670560, pound 560. No, you just keep your tongue on it. It'll get bigger. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Oh, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
I'll tell you, your callers today, this was
the all-time. Just when you think you've reached the very bottom.
No, I love your show.
We
said all the time driving around.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Alan Greenspan is appointed by the president, confirmed by the Senate, just get it to everyone's head. This is his third administration. Nobody can do anything with him until 2004.
Mm-hmm.
And during the course of the campaign, you notice W went out of his way not to criticize him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that his real fear is that even though you will benefit, I'll benefit, that W's, the 1% the tax cut that will affect the wealthiest 1% is not going to help the country. Now, if he came up with a better tax cut plan, that would help a lot more people and wouldn't help us. But I just listen to all these.
Look, first of all, you've got stalemate in Congress. I mean, the Republicans have a 5-seat edge in the House. The Senate is 50-50, right down the middle. So what kind of a radical tax cut package is he going to get passed at best anyway? And he hasn't even taken office. It's not going to happen for another month yet. So what kind of decisions are these to be made on if-come stuff way down the road, months down the road?
Well,
it's idiotic.
I think what he'll do in January 30th is he will, lower the interest rates, but 30th rather.
No, it's going to have. They're going to have to be an interim cut.
There might be. He has the right to call a meeting of the board at any time.
Because he's taking such heat now, and this market is in such a free fall at this point. He's got to slam on a brake before we have a total depression.
I had a request.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I have a shameless request.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to hear Regis Philbin and Puff Daddy.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
See ya. Do we know where that is over here? It's not in here, is it?
I don't think so.
Oh, I know it's on one of these, but, well, we'll see. I'll try to work real fast. I have my doubts. If not, tomorrow for sure. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You're flying Federal today.
I am. The audience ain't.
Yes, it's going to hell in a handbasket, isn't it?
What is that?
So I guess this phone call is too.
Yeah. And?
What is that?
And he's turned the radio up and he's told, I'm just going to keep talking. See, he hung up. I want to see how long he could keep hearing the sound of his voice, how long he would squeeze it. Maybe we'd hear a little squirt sound effect. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Hey, I understand there's a lot of pressure on there to have something to say about like anything in the world. I realize that. That's one of the problems with this program is we don't spoon feed the audience. We don't screen the calls. What would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about when the Yankees win the pennant? What would you like to say?
Oh, no, we're talking
Run
about
it by me first, and then we'll let you know if that's okay with us.
We're talking about enemas today.
Oh, good. In fact, this show could have used one, but it's too late now. Right at the beginning. Big one. I'm never going to find that Regis Puff Daddy thing, huh?
Isn't it Who Wants to...
No, I know what it is. I know exactly. No, it's, I know exactly what it's called, but I ain't going to find it today. So I'll play it for the guy tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to do the show that I should have done, that I was going to do and should have done today. Believe me when I tell you. And if I would have realized that the kids were out of school in Dade County today, would I have done it today? You bet your sweet ass that is correct. I would have done it today. But tomorrow will be another day. Here's Homestead. Hello. Homestead.
Oh, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Constipated Brit. Do you know what? I've got the guts just to request something for a beautiful young English girl that's staying with me, leaving the day before the Backstreet Boys concert.
Yes, sir.
She doesn't believe about that parody, because whenever that song comes on, I know the words to it, but she goes, "You're kidding me."
Huh.
Would you play that? We're Not Gay?
Okay, sir. You just keep saying. Maybe they'll believe it someday. All those prissy Brits are all the same, you know.
We dance like sissies, we sing.
Yes.
Like wussies, but we
must tell you, we swear we're not gay. If you wore these outfits to class, they would kick your ass. Regardless, we swear we're not gay. We look like interior designers. We sing like a bunch of silly whiners. But we're straight. Our agent says we gotta say, we swear we're not gay. Our biggest fans are 12-year-old girls who think we're as cute as can be. Yeah. But as they get older, they all figure out we're hiding our latency. One thing is for sure, we get manicure. Wash our clothes on the delicate cycle. Want to do a session with your Michael. But today we think that we had better say, we swear we're not gay. I swear we're not gay.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Goodbye, Brian Murray. You killed the team and you wouldn't know good hockey if it fit you on the ice. For a coach you are a stupid nut. Bill Torrey must be nuts to keep you on it. You couldn't manage a checkbook. Never mind the team that at one time had all the right stuff. And it won't be too late for us to celebrate when you're the one they trade. And when you leave, don't forget Chris Moe, your hockey queen. You thought that you would do better than Doug McClain, but you can't point the finger anymore. There's no one left to blame. Goodbye, Brian Murray. You can't admit that you don't know shit about running a hockey team, and you're not interested in hearing why. But no matter how you try, you can't deny that